AJ Good goes the distance for local sports on the X Sports Network. Going the distance with local sports, covering the Loretto Mustangs, Summertown Eagles, and Lawrence County Wildcats. Basketball, football, baseball, and more. This is the X Sports Network. This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome, everybody. Here, a special X Sports Live coming to you here from the Lawrence County Jamboree, taking on Mount Pleasant. Got live looking at JV action. They're going to be playing a half for us here for the tying B, and that will be followed by the Varsity. Guys, kind of a college game day. We're here on the field enjoying this a little bit. A beautiful day. Wasn't so beautiful yesterday, but the breeze is out here today, just enjoying ourselves. So it's AJ Good, joined by Hayden Burks, Michael Marks, Dusty Kaiser, fresh from his bathroom visit. Is making his way. Taking up the mic here. Fred. Feel better?
Sound like Ric Flair.
So we got some live action there. Mount Pleasant starting off with the ball will be shortly joined here by Lawrence County head coach David Marston, and in between games we'll be joined by Mount Pleasant head coach Kid Hartsfield. And guys, crazy to sound, but 8 days from now we'll be playing our first official games. We'll be right back here as Lawrence County is going to take on Summertown.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I'm laughing at Dusty over there at the end. But, yeah, hey, I'm excited for this year for football because, like, this team, like we talked about it, this team, they lost a lot last year, but in saying that, they didn't really lose much. They got Isaiah Bentley coming back. They got some other seniors coming back. So it's going to be interesting. I think they're going to be able to improve better than they were last year. So I'm excited between Summertown, Lawrence County, and then the week after that, I know, Michael, you're a big fan of Loretta, so that's going to be a big-time game for both programs.
Oh, yeah, I'm really anticipating what Loretta's going to bring to the table this year. But, football, it's the biggest sport that's got, that gap in front of it. And I've been, itching to get some football in me. And now we got this Jamboree. And Jamboree play is always really fun. You get to see what teams bring back, what teams are bringing to the table. And, with Lawrence County, coming back, only losing 3 seniors last year, I think they have, with the new region, a chance to make the playoffs for the first time in a couple of years.
Absolutely.
You brought it up about Isaiah coming back, but I think about Tay coming back.
Tay coming back as
we got the two-headed monster at the running position, so I'm anxious to see. And Jacabri's come back. We got Drake Osborne coming back. I like to see our offense throw the ball a little bit more this year, open up that run game even more.
We're now being joined by Lawrence County head coach David Martin. Coach, we have you take a seat there for us. Thank you for joining us here on X Sports Live.
Thank you, AJ.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, how excited are you for this? You're taking on not just a Mount Pleasant team's full of talent. This is a team that won 10 games a year ago, full of some really good players. Got a lot of those guys back. This is a pretty good test for you guys.
Absolutely. That's why I told somebody I think their skill guys will be as good as any we see all year. So it'll be a great test for us to see if we can tackle those guys in the open field.
Yeah. You guys, week 1 coming up away, just how excited are you to finally kick this thing off after a long off season?
It seems like a long off season, but then it also seems like not very long since we've been playing. So, the summer flew by and fall camp flew by. So I know our kids are ready to play because they've been tired and beaten up, and now it's getting to where it's the fun part of it.
Hey.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, this team this year reminds me a little bit of my senior year, the class of 2020. So, the hype or the energy around, how we kind of didn't really have the best season to start last year, but, we kind of amped it up and we kind of ended, I guess, on a good note, as you could say. What's a benefit going into this year with the senior group, knowing what they had coming back and the expectations for this year?
Well, we were 6-4 last year and have 11 starters back on offense and 8 back on defense. So we're excited about that. Of course, there's been some kids that's been shuffled around. We had a kid moving from California, Matt Hageman. He's a big tackle and is doing an outstanding job at offensive line. And so that freed us up to move Kedron Cox from offense to defense. And so Kedron is no longer a guard. He started all year at guard last year. Now he's the second tight end on offense, and he's starting it on the D-line. So, even though we have starters back, then there's been some shuffling around, and some kids have stepped up and really play and had a really good offseason.
Gotcha.
Dustin.
Coach, we was talking before you walked up about your running game, and I feel like I've talked to some guys off air and away from here about having a two-headed monster, but I really say you got a three-headed monster with Ian.
Absolutely. He was gimpy all last year. He had a high ankle sprain early. And
that's what I was coming to. Did he finally get that ankle back, and he's 100% now, and he's ready to go?
He's had a really good fall, had some good scrimmages, and we're excited to see him run full speed.
I know you don't want to talk too much, but have you put anything in there where all 3 guys are on the field at the same time?
Absolutely.
And see a little bit
that would be
something different?
That'll be the starting. Those will be the 3 starting backs right now. Then you got Tayden Russell. He came in and had a really good spring, and he's been his nickname is the Bus now because he gets on people going there and ride when he goes. Of course, he's starting on the D line. He started last year as a freshman, and he's getting a lot of playing time backing up Latavion Everly at fullback.
Right.
And so then we've got some other guys that can go. And we got 2 freshmen that are really going to be exciting players the next 4 years. Unfortunately, Latavion's little brother broke his collarbone. He's going to be out about 6 weeks. But Carter Pettigrew is another kid's a freshman, and he's had a really good fall camp. We're looking forward to seeing what he can do. He'll probably get a little playing time on Fridays as well.
And I feel like your defensive line's big this year, is it not?
It is. We can go bigger. We can go quick. And, we're excited. We had to replace some linebackers. Of course, we lost Peyton Brazier, who was everything for us last year. And, Latavion is playing linebacker. We moved Max Taylor from D-line to linebacker, and he's really done a good job.
He played very well last year.
He did, and he starts at guard, and he'll spell Latavion at the Mike linebacker some. And he's really a smart kid that wants to learn football. He's always asking questions, and when you tell him something, he's got it. We're excited about him. We moved Drake Osborne. He played strong safety last year. We moved him down to will linebacker, which is what Peyton Brazier played. And Aiden Safali, who's another senior, we moved him to strong safety. So we've done a little shuffling around there, and he's had a really good fall for us. He's got a really good nose for the football.
Well, good.
And speaking of the offensive line, I know you've been really excited about them. You get these couple transfers out of California. Jacob Burdishaw up there, big guy, experienced guy. You got to be excited about what you have returning up there.
I am, and Evan Coltis has started since his freshman year, and him and Burdishaw, they've been starting for the last three, and Talon Williams and Robertson kid. I can't think his first name. It escapes me right this time. I don't have anything in front of me, but it'll come to me in a minute. But Wyatt Robertson, he stepped in. He's a sophomore, and he's done a good job. He's a big kid, and him and Talon are competing for the starting center job. So, we're big, and so thus far we've been physical. Coach Sweeten and Coach Holt have done a great job with those guys, and, we want to be able to line up and match people because we're not we don't feel like we're built to be pretty. We're built to be like a sledgehammer. We're not a carving knife. We're a sledgehammer. So, but we've got some guys that's got speed that can break it.
Yeah. Hayden?
Absolutely. Well, Coach, you got this team this year. What should we think, like, how would you describe this team? As in, like, what's our culture and what did we build off of training camp in this fall?
I think a lot of confidence because they realized last year we were, really close to going to the playoffs. Of course, we're in a 9-team region, and so, 6 and 4 didn't make it, even though there's regions in the state where their teams are 1 and 9 and going to the playoffs. But we left that murderer's row of a region, which is still just as tough. State championship 2 years ago, state runner-up last year, and the team that's picked to win the state is coming up. So, we're glad to get out of that 4A region to get back in with the 5A region, which we're very familiar with, which will be Lincoln County, Franklin County, Shelbyville, Columbia, Tullahoma with us as well, and then Spring Hill. And so, that's the same as the old 8 AAA without Coffee County and adding Spring Hill. So met with those guys today. We had our preseason district meeting and exchanged rosters, exchanged our comp tickets, and everybody's excited to start playing each other. Of course, Tracy Hayworth was a great player with Franklin County, played at Tennessee. Tredarius Goff is, of course, new coach at Columbia Central, great player for them, state championship, and then played at Tennessee Tech. And then there's a few older guys around too, but we're excited to be back at that old 8 AAA.
And you got to be excited to bring some of those old rivals back in, the Lincoln
Absolutely.
Counties, the Columbias, and you're adding Giles County back on
Absolutely,
the schedule as well.
And Giles County is supposed to be a very good team. I talked to Tullahoma today. They scrimmaged them 2 weeks ago, and they said, of course, really good quarterback, really good running back, returning from last year. Quarterback, I think, is new, moved in from Buckhorn or somewhere. But anyway, they're supposed to be a really good player, and so we're excited to see them on down the road, it's going to be the 4th game, so we got a lot to get through before then, of course, with Summertown and then Loretta. And so right now we're just focused on Summertown.
Finally, Coach, what do you want to see out of your guys when the varsity pops up here in about 45 minutes? What do you want to see?
We want to compete. I want to see defense flying around the ball and making tackles. Again, they're going to have great speed, so we got to do a great job leveraging the football, tackling the open field, offensively taking care of the ball, being clean. No false starts, no fumbled exchanges, and being able to move the chains. And I think the big runs will come if we do those things and staying in front of the chains. We can't have negative plays, can't have penalties. So all those things, try to start cleaning it up and get ready for week 1.
All right. Well, Coach, thank you for stopping by here, and good luck today and on the rest of the season.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys. Thank y'all for covering.
Appreciate you.
All right, thank you, Coach. Well, coming up next, the guys and I will have our NFL predictions here next on X Sports Live.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you, man.
Appreciate it.
All right, appreciate it.
Y'all gonna see me shine, 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 shine. Walking on beams of light, 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 light. Oh, oh,
Employee Resources Credit Union is an easy solution to banking, offering a personal, simple, yet modern way to bank. When you bank with ERCU, you are a shareholder, meaning you own a piece of the pie. And we make it easy with the convenience of digital banking, with service you won't find at another financial institution, including low to zero fees and incredible rates. We have the technology you need with the personal service you deserve, right here in your own neighborhood. Employee Resources Credit Union. Not for profit, for service.
Are you looking for a non-factory job environment? Livingstone Freight Solutions is a 3PL company that began managing warehouses in Tennessee, Alabama, and Mississippi. With our multiple shifts and experienced management team, our goal is to give you as an employee a safe family work environment and competitive wages. We offer a wide variety of employment opportunities from forklift drivers to management level positions. We also strive to offer a competitive benefit package and PTO options. For more information or to apply, visit us at livingstonefs.com or give us a call at 931-269-3255.
If you could live anywhere, where would it be? And what would it be like? With today's home values, this is the perfect time to sell and make those dreams real. When you work with a world-class agent at Coldwell Banker, you benefit from trusted guidance and our revolutionary Seller's Assurance Program to make your home sale more rewarding than ever. So it really is true. Your dreams don't have to be just dreams.
This is the X Sports Network.
Yeah, welcome back to X Sports Live, brought to you by Heine's Barbecue. Special edition, guys, coming to you here from the Jamboree between Mount Pleasant and Lawrence County. Just had head coach David Marston on the show, and now it's time. We're going to have Kid Hartsfield a little later, coming in after the JV scrimmage, which is going on right now. But now it's time. We had our college football picks. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there for them. You guys gave yours, so obviously, one where someone's probably going to feel the burn of that after week one when West Virginia and Colorado take care of business. But after
we'll talk about later.
We'll talk about that later. Now it's time for the NFL. What we're going to do? We're going to pick our divisions. We're going to pick our Super Bowl, and then we're going to have 3 bowl predictions. Where you guys want to start off? You want to go divisions first here?
Let's go divisions.
Okay. All right, Dusty. AFC East. Where you going?
I'm going with the Jets.
Oh man. He fed into that. He watched the first episode of Hard Knocks.
And he's locked. Talk about Michael drinking Kool-Aid.
I'm telling you guys, I might have lost my mind.
I think you have.
Yeah. And then, and this is going to really catch y'all up. And we've talked about this a little bit, but I'm going with the Browns winning the North.
You got the Browns. How about we go one division at a time?
Okay.
Okay. Who you got, Mike?
Bills.
You got the Bills? Hey.
Dolphins.
Dolphins?
Or not the Dolphins. I'm so sorry.
It's the right division.
Yeah,
but
right division.
Yeah. The Bills. The Bills, actually, yeah.
I'm going with the Bills as well.
I mean, honestly, any of those teams, the Bills, the Dolphins, or the Jets could win. It's weird that with the AFC East and the Patriots are favorites for last.
The Dolphins, though, you got to watch the injuries, especially
as long as Tua doesn't hit their head, they'll be good.
The reason why I messed up on that was because I had the Dolphins at first, and I was thinking, well, I can't trust Tua, and I know, Tyreek Hill's there, Jalen Waddle, and then I was like, well, I got to go with the best pick available. So for me, it's the Bills.
Yeah, Waddle's hurt.
Yeah, exactly, and then we don't know when he's going to come back, so I had to go Buffalo on that one.
Those Bama receivers are either hurt or they're driving 140 down the road in Vegas.
Here we go.
All right, Dusty, who you got in the North?
I got the Browns.
The Browns. Ooh, speaking of drinking the Kool-Aid again.
I'm telling y'all, I said it all along about Deshaun Watson, and we've talked about it. That was a NFL team that he beat to win a national title at Alabama. Deshaun Watson, I want to let's just bypass the stuff from last year and year before. Let's just get away from that and just talk about Deshaun Watson for a second. He's top 5 quarterback in the league.
That might be harder than my take of Texas making the playoff.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, I think he is.
Okay.
I think he's a winner, and we're going to see.
I'm not going to argue that because he knows how to win. He did it in Houston. He took that organization, and that was
he took them to the playoffs a couple times.
It took them to the playoffs a couple times. He won the division, I believe, once or twice.
Yeah.
So.
He's got the talent. I'm not arguing.
And that's the thing. I think he's
talent.
got the talent, and he's had. We've seen last year when he come in. Each week they were getting better. Well, now we've had a whole off season. Yeah. Let's just see. I don't know. Hey, I may be crazy.
And as long as they got Nick Chubb, they got a top 3 running back in the league. So I mean, that's not the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. It's not bad.
Oh, yeah, it's not crazy,
Yeah.
but we'll see. Who you got?
I'm going with the Ravens.
Ooh.
I think Lamar Jackson's going to get back to kind of that MVP caliber type of guy, and I think the Ravens are going to win the North.
I got the Bengals. Joe Burrow is the man. That's all I got to say. He is that guy.
Guys, we are literally picking all different teams. Give me
going
the
to
black
state?
and gold.
Wow.
Give me Kenny Pickett.
Pittsburgh.
Yin's heard it right.
Wow.
Picking the Stillers.
Wow.
Yins are going to win the division right there.
What in the world is this guy?
Kenny
been doing?
Pickett, that defense with T.J. Watt
Yeah.
down there at Acrisure, old school Heinz Field. They're going to win the division. I'm calling
Now
it.
listen, how long has Mike Tomlin been the coach of the Steelers?
Too long.
He's had a winning season every single time.
Yes.
Hey, Mike Tomlin,
he's a heck of a coach.
I think you're right, Michael. I think he has been a phenomenal coach. Hey, I said it for years. Let's get him in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Get him as the Titans. Let's see what happens. But that's
Yeah.
it, man. I can't. We all went off.
We all went off the board
Yeah,
on that one.
wow, okay.
We're gonna have to play this show back.
Yes.
And see, I
should have been taking
Who won
notes,
it?
but
Yeah.
we'll get there. Okay.
Yeah.
South. Who you going?
I'm going Jacksonville.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm Jacksonville as well. I mean, I feel like Trevor Lawrence is kind of the second coming of Peyton Manning, and I think they're going to have like I think they're second seed overall in the AFC.
Jacksonville. I'm sorry. I don't know what people are talking about with this Tennessee team. I know they got DeAndre Hopkins, but I mean, I got to
not
see it to
winning the
believe it.
South.
They're not winning the South. No. I don't even see them. I don't see them going 8-9. I think they'll have another 7-10 season. And I'm a Titans fan, so.
We go from 4 different teams to all the same. I'm going with the Jags as well. I like the youth. I like the team that they built. Doug Peterson is a Super Bowl winning coach.
He is.
Very smart. The way he worked that offense a year ago really brought up Trevor Lawrence. I've never seen a team recover from the disaster that they had.
Oh,
They were awful.
To this.
it's like Urban
Yeah.
killed the whole program,
Yeah.
and then Doug's brought it back.
Yep.
And we seen throughout the year as it got later, Sunshine, he looked really good.
Yeah.
Especially in the playoffs,
Yes.
beating the Chargers in the first round.
I mean, he was really good in college, and he kind of had a shaky first year. But, dude, I mean, I've never seen somebody settle into a second year quite like Trevor Lawrence did.
Absolutely.
They got a lot to be excited for down there. Final division, the West out in the AFC, Dusty.
I mean, you can't knock off the Chiefs. You can't not pick the Chiefs until they get knocked off.
Yeah, I'm going Chiefs as well. I thought they would have a kind of a down year last year after losing Tyreek Hill and replacing him with Juju Smith-Schuster, and they didn't skip a beat. That defense is incredible. Patrick Mahomes is probably going to be the best quarterback of all time. I mean, it's hard to go against them.
Kansas City, like Dusty said, until somebody knocks them off, I can't go against them. So I got Kansas City.
I mean, you got Justin Herbert that just signed. We got new quarterbacks
Nope.
in Vegas.
Nope.
I mean, but still, give me the Chiefs. I mean,
Nope.
they've
You
even
got
got some, 6th-round rookie wide receiver everyone's raving about, thinks it's going to be the next great. They just get one new guy after another. As long as they have it's just like Tom Brady. Just as long as you have Patrick Mahomes, you
got
can
a
do
shot.
anything, and
Yeah.
you've got a shot. So we're all pretty much on board. Now we're going to flip. Let's go to the NFC East. Who you taking, Dusty?
The Eagles.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going with the Eagles as well. I mean, we were talking before the show, AJ. We think some teams might have them sort of figured out, but as good as that defense is, and Jalen Hurts just signed that huge contract, I think they're going to stay atop the NFC East.
Yeah, Eagles for sure. You got A.J. Brown. They got Jalen Hurts coming back, of course, and then they drafted DeLon Carter as well. So give me the Eagles. I think they're going to bounce back. It was just that 1 year to, get their feet wet, and make it to the Super Bowl. So give
Why
me
you
the
leave
Eagles.
out the Alabama receiver? You left out
Alabama.
Devontae.
Yeah, Devontae.
You
I was
just
giving off
said-
key guys.
Yeah, I said-
And they have the Georgia Bulldogs defense. So
Georgia Bulldogs defense, SEC. That's what it is. Well, Jalen Hurts, Alabama, but Oklahoma. But yeah, give me the Eagles.
I'm taking the Eagles. I don't think they're going to go as far as they did a year ago. I think people are going to figure them out. People are going to find them out, and it's up to them to respond. I still think they're going to win the division, but New York's going to be improved. You never know what you're going to get out of Dallas. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be drama. They'll probably win 10 games.
well, if you get anything out of Dallas, it's going to be a first-round playoff
Washington,
exit.
their offensive coordinator is being too mean to them. So,
Have y'all ever in your life?
I've never heard anything.
that's the most Washington football club thing I've ever heard.
Washington
You
football team.
have grown men complaining about another grown man being too mean to them.
All right, let's go to the North.
I got the Lions.
Okay.
I had the Lions until they lost Jamal Williams. I'm gonna go with the Vikings. I kind of bought in on Kirk Cousins watching that quarterback show on Netflix. So give me Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson and those guys.
I got the Lions, man. After the season they had last year, ending the season, just barely missing the playoffs. They got Jared Goff coming back, Aiden Hutchinson. You know, they got all those guys, and they just drafted Gibbs from Alabama this last season. I've got the Lions. I think the only competition that they're going to have is the Vikings. Green Bay, I don't really trust because Jordan Love, you haven't seen it. I don't care what they say, what training camp looks like. I have to see it to believe it. That's how I am. So
They're not winning.
give me the Lions. Give me the Lions.
I've got Skull in the playoffs. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid on Dan Campbell and the Lions. I love his energy. That team plays so well together. What they've done free agent-wise, what they've done in the draft.
The defense
The defense is so good.
Yes.
I got the Bears as a sleeper though. Listen, Justin Fields looked good last year.
Oh, man, that feels so like Texas and Penn State in the playoff.
I'm not saying they're making the playoff. I think they're going to be better than like 3-14.
Okay, they'll go
They're
4-13.
4-13.
They'll go 4-13. All right, Dusty, we're going to the South.
I'm going with the Panthers.
Ooh.
Going with my boy Bryce.
Okay.
I mean, look at that
Rookie
division.
quarterback.
I mean, that's
It's a weak division.
it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's a terrible division. Let's go with him. He's a winner.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of hard to pick against the Saints. I mean, they got Derek Carr, and that dude's.
That made it easy to pick against the Saints.
I love Derek Carr.
And
Dude's
by
got
the
a
way,
cannon.
when did he get jacked?
Dude has had a cannon since Fresno.
No, did you see him today? The picture somebody posted?
That's what happens when you get away from Vegas. You got all them $10 buffets down there eating up all that free lunch.
So he's in New Orleans. He's eating all that
He's
Cajun
eating
food.
boudin now.
Yep.
All right, I got the Panthers. I was thinking the Saints. I really wanted to pick the Saints, but we don't know about Thomas. He's going to be. You can't trust
Michael
him to be
Thomas
on the
won't
field.
be
Yeah,
there.
Thomas. Yeah, I got to go with the Panthers. I mean that division's weak. You don't know what Atlanta's got. You know, you got, of course, the Saints and Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield is a bum, but. Like I gotta go with the Panthers.
I think Baker's going to be in TV by the end of the season.
Yeah.
He won't even be on TV.
No, he'll be joining Johnny Manziel in
they'll be-
Scottsdale.
No,
They'll
he
have
joined
their
Skip
own-
Bayless because Skip Bayless loves him so much. But other than that, he's
Well, you said Atlanta. You don't know what they have. I know what they have.
Bijan Robinson.
A division-winning football team. I'm taking Atlanta.
Oh, man.
I'm on the Desmond Ritter train. I think that team is going to go 9-8, which that's going to be good enough to win that division because they're going to cannibalize each other. He's going to be good enough. And he's going to take him to a division crown.
I mean,
They got enough defensively, I think.
I don't know if they have enough offensively.
Oh, according to ESPN, Bijan Robinson is the greatest offensive weapon of all time, and he's never even touched an
I say
NFL
that,
field.
yeah.
I mean,
they got him winning
See-
Offensive Rookie of the Year.
yeah. I mean, listen, he was great at Texas, but I don't know.
He's not. No, that one guy's not.
Going to flip your
No.
organization
No.
around. But here's the thing with the South, though. I looked at all those teams. Guys, they got a hard schedule.
Yeah.
All four of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do have a hard schedule, but
That's why I'm saying 9-8 wins it.
I think 8-9, or maybe even 7-10 can win that division. I mean, it's bad.
6-11.
All right, Dusty, who you got out west?
I got the Niners. I don't.
Is that pretty much the consensus
Yeah,
for
I got the
everybody?
49ers.
Yeah, I mean,
As long as Kyle Shanahan's out there,
Yeah,
they're
I
going to be
think
good.
Seattle could give a push, but I'm not. No.
Judge it from a guy who covered their quarterback in college. Everyone found out about him his senior year, and he went. So second year, Geno Smith
He had
is not the
a
Geno.
really good year last
Well,
year.
that's
it was good to
let's
rise,
see-
That's what everybody's
Let's
betting
see
on.
where
Yeah.
Geno's at this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they did just draft a wide receiver for him, so I think they'll be all right.
Okay.
But,
All right, guys. Super Bowl. Where are we going? Where are we going?
All right, my Super Bowl. I got the Eagles and the Jets,
The Battle of the Green.
and I got the Eagles winning.
Aaron Rodgers has got you under his thumb.
And I don't like the
Under-
guy. I don't like the guy at all.
He's leading you into the.
He is.
He's leading you around like
he's
my
gonna cost
1-year-old
me.
does.
He's going to cost me a bunch of heartache with y'all. He's probably going
Did you put money on this?
I did.
Wow.
He's going to cost me money. But, I can't help it. And the only reason why is some about our show last week. We were talking about underachievers and overachievers and all that. Aaron Rodgers, I just want to see it. I don't know. I think he's going to be the guy that comes in with the chip on his shoulder, and he knows he's on that short leash with his time and his age. And I think he went to the Super Bowl with the Jets.
He feels very Brett Favre in New York to me.
I'm going to go for mine a rematch. I'm going to go San Francisco, Kansas City, and I'm give me San Francisco the championship. Because I think I'll get this will get into my hot takes later. I'll just leave it at that for now.
Okay. All right.
I've got the same thing as Michael. I'm going to go with the 49ers and the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs going back-to-back. I got them going back-to-back with that team and what they got this upcoming year. Man, the Chiefs are going to be good.
I'm on the 49er train. We got some business to take care of with those Eagle boys because, you knocked out every quarterback.
Every quarterback, Wildcat.
You had C-Mac at quarterback.
This is coming from a 49er fan, so it's very biased. But they do have a really good team, really good defense.
Nick Bosa's a stud.
One of the best, most innovative coaches in all of football. My AFC pick is going to be a bit different, guys. Everyone get on top of your RV. Let's crash through a table. I'm taking the Buffalo Bills to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I was going to say Bills before the show, and then I started thinking everybody's going to laugh at me.
They're having drama, but I think Josh Allen, that team, how talented they are, they're going to rise through it. Josh Allen is going to take them to the Super Bowl.
I don't know that Josh Allen is a leader enough to take him to a Super Bowl.
I mean, he's taken Buffalo out of the doldrums.
He has, but I think he's a stud, and that is Diggs.
Yeah.
But I think there's just too much there for me.
Well,
I think there's too much ego for them to get past the next level for me.
Well, I think they're in the playoffs for sure.
Yes, they're in the playoffs, but I don't think they're winning the Super Bowl.
I've got them and the Chiefs in Buffalo for the AFC Championship game.
And
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Well, if it snows again, count them out.
And this is going to be really weird and really crazy. Hear me out. Minnesota at San Francisco for the NFC.
That's not too out there. That's what I have for my NFC Championship.
Netflix made me drink the Kirk Cousins Kool-Aid.
say,
He's coming from the bottom. How do you like that? He's taking him to the championship game. What was it? You like that?
You like
That's what it is.
You like that.
All right. So next, because our clock is running down here, and Kid Hartsfield's going to join us in hopefully 8 minutes and 20 seconds. 3 bold predictions. And if you have more, we'll take more as well, Dusty. 3 bold predictions.
All right, my first one is going to be kind of two-parter.
Okay.
Dak gets benched and McCarthy gets fired before the season's over.
Ooh.
I like it.
At any point, you're not going any specific week? Or
Not any week, just sometime, let's say mid-season.
Okay.
Joe Burrow doesn't make the whole season.
Okay, that's not as bold because he's already hurt.
This is bad. The Browns make the AFC Championship game.
Oh, no. He didn't just do that.
He did.
Derrick Henry asked for a trade.
Oh, that one hurt me.
And then this is my bold prediction for just to kind of give me a little bit is Bryce Young wins Rookie of the Year.
Okay. I can see.
Okay.
I can see 2 of the 4 or 5 you threw out there. I can see Bryce Young. I can see the Dallas part of it, and actually 3 of the 5 you threw out I can see happening.
All right.
That's realistic.
My bold picks.
It's better than the Deshaun Watson MVP Browns win the Super Bowl that you had like a month ago. All right, Mike.
Okay, so mine are kind of out there. So the first one, I have the Patriots having like a really bad, like a 3-14, 4-13 type of year.
I don't think it's crazy.
And Belichick, if not getting fired, ended up on the hot seat or getting close to the retirement era.
Okay.
I think he would retire before he.
Number 2, Trey Lance winning the MVP.
Ooh.
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance. Listen, I am really high on San Francisco, and anybody that Kyle Shanahan coaches is a.
Is he going to start though?
He's the starter for now.
That's what it's seeming like right now. He's had a really good.
I know what I've read and what I've watched. They were kind of leaning that way. So is that you think that's where they're going?
100%.
Brock Purdy's just now getting in the camp. He had surgery in the offseason, so he's just now.
He had on his thumb.
It was his elbow. He had Tommy John surgery.
His elbow. Yeah.
Yeah, especially after that Eagles game. When
we're
running reverses on 4th and 13.
And my hottest take of the year, I've Ryan Tannehill getting back on track and DeAndre Hopkins having a 1,000-yard year.
Okay.
I have the Titans offense kind of finding themselves.
I got to see it to believe it.
That ain't happening.
That's why it's called a hot take.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a hot take.
Yeah, I like it. But
that one's kind of boiling.
Yeah.
That one's sitting on
I'm going with that one.
All right. So here's my first one. Joe Burrow is going to win the MVP.
I've hopped off the Burrow train.
So one is saying he's not going to make it this season. The other one's saying he's
Joe
going
Burrow
to win
is
the
going
MVP.
to win the MVP. That's my first one. My second one, and this is probably going to everybody kind of picked them in their division between us. The Lions are going to win the division, and they're going to win a playoff game.
Okay.
I've got them winning a playoff game.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah,
I do
love
like
it too.
it.
Yeah, exactly. I love what they got going. We talked about it.
They're going to be, as long as they stay healthy.
Mhm.
And I know my coworker's probably watching this right now, and that's where he's from. Guys, I mean, they could do a lot more than what a lot of people think. I think.
And Dan Campbell's just a football guy. I love that guy.
I mean, I think Dan Campbell's liable to bite somebody in the kneecap.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how anybody hates Dan Campbell if you're not like a Packers or
Him and Jim
Vikings
Harbaugh
fan.
in a fight would be great.
I don't know who you couldn't stop
Dude,
either
Dan
one of them.
Campbell might kill somebody in a fight.
Yeah,
He may do it.
That guy's like a bear.
I mean, he's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, my third and final one. You said it, and I got the opposite. I got Trey Lance getting traded. Wow. Listen, traded to the Tampa Bay Bucks.
They need a guy.
Baker Mayfield, Baker Mayfield is not going to be there the whole season.
That is a big
At the
prediction.
trade deadline, Trey Lance will get traded.
Baker Mayfield not being in Tampa the whole season is not that bad.
Yeah.
But Trey Lance going specifically to Tampa?
Will be traded to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I've read a whole bunch about it. They got him possibly going to the Green Bay, the Vikings, and Tampa Bay. And I think out of all three of those, I think Tampa Bay might fit him the best.
But they're going to. The only thing about that is we're talking about trading Trey Lance, who supposedly, you got him up there high, and y'all both to these real bad teams.
Exactly. Well, I mean,
I think the Buccaneers are honestly maybe a quarterback and another offensive weapon away from being another
I've seen today
playoff
where they're talking
powerhouse.
like that. I mean, it wasn't like a done deal, but they're talking like Mike Evans could
get
be
traded to the Jets or something.
Yeah,
I've seen that
today was with the Jets.
Yeah, so I mean,
There you go, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Another guy that he can go 5 of 13 in a snowy day in the playoffs and lose.
Here we go.
Watched it too many times. Too many times. All right, first bold prediction. Eric Bieniemy will be out of Washington after the season. Whether it's good or bad, he will be out of Washington at the end of the season.
Wow. Okay.
I think the Ravens will try to snag Chase Young this year at the trade deadline. I really do. Depending on the season, if they're going to be buyers or sellers, I think Chase Young will be.
So you think y'all think that Washington could just completely implode?
I don't think there's an NFL franchise in worse shape, and I'm not even talking about front office. I'm just talking about coaching and players as bad as the Commanders.
Oh, I get the player side of it and the coach's side, but I thought the ownership was trying to go in a different direction, and
they are, but it's a bad situation.
And they do have new ownership, so it's kind of a state of flux.
And that's what I'm saying. With new ownership, they might kind of try to just flush out all the old pieces, bring in a bunch of new guys, and try to
That's fair.
And part of it
refluctuate the
is
program.
we'll find out just how good Eric Bieniemy is. If he's not good enough, he's not as advertised, he's gone after a year. But if he is, he'll be a head coach.
Yeah.
So he's going to be
what's
gone
made him
after
so
a year.
good anyways? That's my question.
Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean,
it wasn't
but-
him. It was Andy Reid.
But at the same point, everyone keeps talking about him, for these positions. But he must be the worst interview ever because it's been 5 years in a row. And not a single person has taken.
He's kind of like the Mark Jackson of.
You're watching an NFL playoff game. It's and here's Eric Bieniemy. There are 14 teams that want this guy as a head coach, and then he stays at
watching the Netflix thing. How much Eric Bieniemy was in that? It was mainly Patrick and Andy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, Patrick and Bieniemy, they had issues.
Yeah.
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
So
him and Andy, that's Andy has a one-on-one relationship with his daughter.
Yeah.
They have their own little sayings. I mean, it's crazy.
And I get when you're, in college you want that coach that's a player guy. In the NFL, it's kind of just a bunch of grown men. It's a little different, but still, you want your offensive coordinator, your guy, to be the, kind of best friends with the quarterback almost.
All right, number 2. Jordan Love's going to be the next great Packers quarterback.
I have him having a good year.
I think he either goes 6 or 11, 7 and 10. He's going to do like Rodgers did in his first year as a starter. They'll be competitive. They'll lose a lot of one-possession games, but they'll win some. He'll put up good numbers. Everyone will have a lot of hype, and then he's going to be the quarterback for the next 8 or 9 years.
You kind of have them doing what the Lions did last year, have a little bit of a rough start, but, kind of sweep it down the stretch.
I like that, and I wouldn't be surprised, but another person that, if you say that, kind of reminds me of that is Baker Mayfield, his rookie year. He took that Cleveland team that was 0-16 the year before, took them to win, I believe it was, 6-7 games, something like that?
6 games.
Yeah, 6 games. And
next
then
year
everybody
made the playoffs.
Yeah,
next year made the playoffs, and like I said, I'm not wishing Baker's career on him, but, I mean, I could see that. I really could.
Yeah. All right. I've got an honorable mention. You guys are going to think I'm crazy, but I don't think the Ravens are making the playoffs. Wow. They've gone down every year slightly since they've had Lamar Jackson. They signed him to that big deal. He made that big stink in the offseason. I don't think he's a good enough passer. I think he's taking too many licks. He's starting to get a little bit slower.
That's why I kind of have them doing good. They've been so quiet for the past 2 years.
I think they've been so quiet, and it's get them on the backside, though.
Yep. All right. Now, this one, he's been getting a lot of praise in the offseason because his head coach is taking shots at former head coaches. I think Sean Payton's going to bench Russell Wilson at some point this year.
Wow. I have the opposite of that happening.
I think he is not going to be for the Bronco up. He's going to Bronco his rear end out the door, and they're going to eat that money. And Sean Payton's going to say, see ya, you don't have an office. You got to go sit next to the third-string right tackle.
Bronco Nation.
Wow.
Let's ride.
So where does he go?
Let's ride. That's what it was.
I mean,
Do you think people will be on the Russell Wilson?
Do you think he'll get benched, or do you think he'll get
He's going to go hang out with Sierra, the one-hit wonder. And,
so you think he's just going to be out? You think he's going to be out of a job?
Heck yeah.
Who wants him after the antics of last year?
Somebody will take him. Tampa Bay will take him.
I don't know if
Washington how do you go from where he was? Guys, he couldn't hit Kevin's truck from right here.
Mm-hmm. What was that, about 15 yards?
Yeah.
Yards?
That's about 20.
So how do you get that bad?
That's what I'm saying. He's going to be hanging out with Sierra, and she's going to try to find her second hit of her career and not go off that one. Even though she's kind of been riding his coattails ever since she married him. She didn't marry him for the family. She needed somebody to help her out with the lifestyle.
Exactly. Maybe he should go play baseball.
Yeah.
He was. I saw him in the minors.
Hit the Yankees back up.
Yeah, I mean, the Yankees were playing.
They need a left fielder.
He's with Colorado, then he was with Texas. So, he wasn't a bad outfielder. I saw him play at the Class A level.
He could probably go coach the Yankees.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge going to get thrown out again?
You mean
Boone, Aaron Boone. Too many Aarons on the Yankees.
Too many Aarons on the Yankees, yeah. All right, guys. Any other bold predictions you thought of? Throwing them out there for us?
Well, I kind of think that Russell Wilson and Sean Payton might kind of, they're going to butt heads at the beginning of the year, but I feel like they might kind of mesh together. And I feel like Russell Wilson might get his career somewhat back on track. I feel like he is going to have, not as bad as last year, but I feel like he's going to get back sort of how he was those later Seahawk days. And I don't think the Broncos are going to be any good, but I think it's going to be a change of pace.
Okay, here's my last one, and I've been thinking about it for a few weeks. Had some conversations, and Hayden, you're not going to like this. I think Vrabel gets fired.
Ooh.
I think Andy Adams comes in and fires him.
I can see that.
Because I think they have a bad season, and, I think that Robinson was an scapegoat for some of Vrabel's decision-making with A.J. Brown and some of the other things with the guys getting, leaving. And I think – and I know we've talked about it. I think that they should have went ahead and moved Henry just for the age.
I think you're right on that one.
And what they could have got for him. He'd come off a full, healthy season, and now, he was hurt, but we had a good season with him full. I just think Amy Adams comes in and she fires Vrabel.
We got that new general manager now, I believe.
And I think he's got his guy.
I think he's going to be good.
I think he has his guy, and I think that he has his – I think in his mind that he knows Tannehill's not the guy.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to try to bring in somebody, and it could be like a Trey Lance or something. I don't know, but I just think the Titans are fixing to implode.
Yeah.
Wow. Speaking of implode, I think the next bust of a quarterback is Anthony Richardson.
Dude, they've been talking high on that boy.
Listen, Anthony Richardson's in that
position.
His floor is, it's below the ground, but his ceiling, he's 6'5", 245, and can throw a football 90 yards.
There's nothing he did at Florida that made you think that he was worth a first-round pick.
He lost to Vanderbilt.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He lost to Vanderbilt.
Or he can be accurate enough at the NFL. He's got Johnny Manziel. He's not Johnny Manziel attitude-wise, which, by the way, that documentary has so many lies in it. It's crazy.
I thought it was a good documentary.
It's a good documentary, but, there's,
Yeah.
it wasn't a redemption story. I'll just put it that way, especially
I didn't
when
feel any better about him afterwards than I did before.
He's drinking beers, and his buddies are taking, hits of something.
They're playing darts.
Playing darts, yeah, exactly.
And another thing that kind of makes you question of if Jonathan Taylor requests a trade, what is he seeing in Anthony Richardson? It must not be good what he's seeing in training camp.
I think the running backs in the NFL have built sort of a union, like against
I
everybody.
Think they have, and I don't think it has anything to do with the quarterback play. His decision.
Yeah.
I think he's just out chasing money,
Yeah.
and I think he knows that they're not going to win a ring there, and it's going to be years before they're ever good enough, if they ever are good enough to win another one. And I think that's why he wants that, because he is a top running back in the league. Now, is somebody going to pay him? I don't know. That'd be down the road to see.
Yeah, I don't think it's the quarterback play that's changed Jonathan Taylor's mind, because you look at I think Daniel Jones is another up-and-coming guy. Saquon, he was almost out the door. Now, I can understand Josh Jacobs wanting out too, but I feel like the running backs have kind of built a union against, the entire NFL and the front offices and stuff like that, because they're not getting the money they feel they deserve. But, after 5 years, name me a running back that can stay consistent for 5 or 6 years.
That's why I thought Saquon was going to be a bust. I still think he can be. You can have one good year and still be a bust.
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
Oh, I'm not sold.
He had a
on
good
him.
year last year.
He did,
but he's been hurt. He's been hurt the previous two. So
he's not played healthy. He's not played a full season.
I've got one more bold prediction.
Oh, okay.
I think Kansas City could go 16-0 this year.
They play 17.
Or 17, my bad, 17.
They go 16. They might go 16. Ain't no way.
No, they're going to get blown out by the Raiders.
I say they
or
lose 5
something.
football games.
Really? Wow.
They always have that one weird game.
Still
that
12-5.
They do wear. Yeah, they do
12-5, but
They always have that
agree
one
with you
game
there.
against the Raiders that
the Titans. They lose
that's a
in the
team that
regular
may not
season.
win a football game.
the Oakland or the Vegas.
Their D-line's good enough to get them at least to one game.
Did y'all see Crosby said today he's tired of not making the playoffs?
Get used to it, bud.
Dude, you're not going to
You're with the Raiders.
That's
okay.
another hot take too about if McDaniels is going to be there in a few. At the end of the season, I don't know if he'll be there.
Why does anyone
longer.
still take Bill Belichick assistants at this point?
Listen, McDaniels has already had a chance at an NFL coaching job, and it didn't work the first time. Why do you think it would work the second
Look
time?
at Patricia.
Yeah, Patricia, that was.
I got to send
that guy
you.
looked like an
I got to
idiot.
send you a link to a Detroit radio guy going on a rant about Patricia.
I think I've seen that.
Mike Valenti. It's hilarious.
I
It's
bet
really
they
good.
can't
He was awful.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, especially critiquing media members. Posture.
Dan Patricia was so bad Matt Patricia was so bad that Dan Campbell might be the most loved man in the city of Detroit.
Yeah.
Probably.
But
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
The passion he shows in the press conferences is
Dude,
like
his
top
press,
notch.
his interviews are off the chart.
Yeah.
I was listening to an interview he did with Barstool, and it was talking about he was doing an interview with some. It wasn't when he interviewed for the Lions job, but that it ended up in the middle of the interview. He was throwing chairs and tables around. So that's my kind of guy.
That just shows you the passion.
The
he's got for
passion.
the
That's a
team.
football guy.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no doubt that guy is a football man.
I'm ready. I want to hear one of his pregame speeches. Just get me a run through a brick wall.
I'm sure there's something, and some NFL films has had to be in there to catch one of those.
Oh,
so.
just go watch Hard Knocks last year.
Well, I would like to watch Hard Knocks there this year.
Oh yeah, after getting as close as they were.
Yes, and just the hype going into it. He was all over that.
Well, you be drinking Jared Goff Kool-Aid. Jared
we're
Goff's going to
drinking.
win the MVP.
Hey.
They're going to the Super Bowl.
Hey, Jameer
Sean
Gibbs,
McVay-
Gibbs could be the Rookie of the Year. He could be an offensive player, offensive Rookie of the Year.
I don't think that's too crazy because they had DeAndre Swift looking really good his rookie year.
Boy, and I know.
But
And
I mean,
Gibbs is so
I
much
don't think
faster.
Jared Goff has too much more left in him, to progress. Because he had Sean McVay as his head coach, and
I'm telling you right now.
McVay's the best is the best quarterback mind in the NFL.
I'm not
other than Kyle
I'm not
Shanahan.
drinking the full Kool-Aid with him, but they got Hendon Hooker on the sideline.
Thank you. I was waiting for you to say it.
That's
for him to say
that's why I was
it.
trying to get him with the golf.
Man,
It pains me. It does. It pains me to say
Hendon
that.
Hooker is
but
the
I'm
man.
also a realist. I know when you see a good football talent and when you don't see good football talent, and with with what he's going to have when everybody's back healthy.
That's a perfect fit.
Holy cow. Guys, he could throw for 6,000 yards.
Absolutely.
And another thing with the Jameer Gibbs, I mean, watching him in Alabama, he reminded me. You know who he reminded me of? Alvin Kamara. I mean,
because he can catch it out of the backfield, or he can run
and he's so patient and he's shifty. I mean,
he's got
breakaway speed.
That one step when he puts it in the dirt and goes, like y'all seen the videos on social media from yesterday in training or in practice. Mm-hmm. He outruns a DB by 20 yards.
Well, he had that one long run against Arkansas last year. It was like a 75-yard touchdown. They reached 23.5 miles an hour.
23.5 mile an hour. Yes.
Crazy. And the fastest guy in the NFL that's not Jalen Hyatt, Tyreek Hill. He's getting around that 23 to 24 mark. I mean, it's crazy.
I mean, for us at Alabama, I mean that was speed of Devontae.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna hear a lot about him this year too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, guys, we're going to take a break here, wrapping up the JV game here with Lawrence County is leading Mount Pleasant here, 14-0. We're under a minute left to go, and hopefully when we come back, we'll be joined by Mount Pleasant head coach Kid Hartsfield, a former Wildcat here in Lawrence County. It's coming up next year on X Sports Live from the Lawrence County Jamboree.
Southern Tennessee Orthopedics welcomes orthopedic surgeon Dr. Paul Thomas. Count on Dr. Paul Thomas, podiatrist Dr. James Barksdale, and nurse practitioner Doug Ead at Southern Tennessee Orthopedics to keep your life in motion. Injuries and foot pain can rob you of the activities you enjoy most. So our team is here, close to home, to address the pain and to get you moving again. Southern Tennessee Orthopedics. From the routine to the unforeseen, you can count on us. To learn more, visit SouthernTennesseeMedicalGroup.com or to schedule an appointment, call 931-762-4400.
Are you looking for a job where you can easily balance work and home life? By becoming a local driver with Southeast Carriers, we can guarantee multiple benefits and a base pay starting at $17 per hour, along with a work-life balance so you can spend equal time on the road as with family. We also provide the latest updated equipment and technology to make your job as easy as possible. Southeast Carriers isn't just a company, it's a family, and we would love for you to be a part of it. For more information, visit our website at southeastcarriers.com or check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
From our humble beginnings to today, Parks Lumber Company has continuously served Lawrence and surrounding counties for over a century. Although we started as a small lumber yard in 1896, we have grown to include everything you need to make your dream project come to life. No matter your building needs, our experienced staff will be with you every step of the way to ensure you receive the highest customer service and attention to detail you deserve. Visit us at 106 2nd Street or on Facebook. We guarantee you will see working with PLC is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Story and Lee, the Tennessee Valley's most dynamic furniture store, featuring our Made in America galleries with solid wood dining and bedrooms, leather furniture, mattresses, and so much more. You want it? We've got it. With our 3 acres of showroom and our huge warehouse, we're sure to have exactly what you want. And it's all ready to be delivered to your home absolutely free. Just try that anywhere else. We are Story and Lee.
Great food is just a short drive to Heine's Barbecue in Lawrenceburg. Mouth-watering is just one way to describe the amazing flavors of the best piece of Heine in town. When you dig into a plate of pulled pork, hand-chopped brisket, chicken, wood-fire oven pizzas, and the menu goes on. Wash it all down with a swig of Heine Shine lemonade and then make your way over to the gift shop full of Heine sauces, snacks, and more. Heine's Barbecue, Highway 43 North in Lawrenceburg.
For decades, First Class Charter has provided high-quality motor coach transportation services to the Tennessee Valley. With numerous safety and cleanliness accreditations, First Class Charter is ready to make your group trip a reality. Contact us today by visiting firstclasscharter.net. First Class Charter, the official motor coach company of the North Alabama Lions.
Don't just find a job, find a career with Resource MFG. The team at Resource MFG in Lawrenceburg has the resources and experience to find you a full or part-time position right away. Now recruiting for open positions in Lawrence, Giles, and Murray counties. Whether you're entering the workforce for the first time or looking to take your career to the next level, let your journey begin with Resource MFG. Located at 300 Ellingson Street in Lawrenceburg. Phone 931-570-2111 to jumpstart your career today.
Tired of driving into the city every time you need appliances, furniture, or heck, just about anything? Next time, stay local and come to Swap and Shop Center. We have everything you want, from computers to furniture, major appliances, lawn and garden tools, electronics, you name it. Our #1 goal is to get you the items you need at a price you can afford. We even offer 120 days same as cash financing. We won't be undersold. We specialize in service after the sale. We pick up where everyone else leaves off. Swap and Shop Center, family owned and operated in Lawrenceburg for over 61 years.
Do you have a small farm, a big farm, or just critters in the backyard to feed? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then you need to make the short drive down to A&B Feeds in Etheridge, Tennessee today. Owner and operator Jamie Ayers has you covered and will treat you right. That's A&B Feeds in Etheridge, Tennessee.
Tennessee Flight Training. We are training the next generation of pilots. Come and see why Tennessee Flight Training is the best way to learn to fly. Tennessee Flight Training. The skies are calling.
AJ Good goes the distance for local sports on the X Sports Network.
All right, guys, we're back here in between games here. JV just wrapped up. Lawrence County brought home a 14-0 victory. Now the varsity teams are getting ready. They'll probably go in about 30 minutes, 35 minutes here. So hopefully maybe have Coach Kid Hartsfield make his way down here. If not, it's okay. We know he's a busy man, got a lot on his mind, has a very good team. Speaking of, Mount Pleasant went 10-2 a year ago.
9-2.
9-2, excuse me, a year ago. And but actually, no, they won their first-round playoff game. No, that's right. They missed one. Okay,
Yep.
so you're right. They did go 9-2. We'll just call them 10-2.
We'll go for it.
We'll
yeah.
go with that. They made it. They won their district region. I get that confused in football all the time, but they won their region. Had a really good season. Got a lot of those guys returning. Guys, this could be a really, really special team over there in Murray County this year.
Well, AJ, they lost second round of the playoffs to Decatur County Riverside, who has built a program out there. They lost by 5 points.
Yeah,
18
I was
to
at
13.
that game. They had, I can't tell you how many times they had the ball inside the 5 or inside the 10.
Yeah, they get that. They score
punch
one
it in.
touchdown. I mean, they're potential, maybe even a semifinal, final team right there. Because Riverside, it seems like they're there every year, if not every other year. So I think they're trending upward.
Yeah,
in a new region.
Yeah. We just had Coach Marston on, right at the start of the game there, and he said this may be the best skilled team they played all year, or they see all year. So it'd be, I know we're not going to see everything tonight, but it'd be a good test for the guys.
Absolutely, and even though this is a scrimmage game, these guys are going to treat this like a regular season game. Both teams are ready to go first. Even though it's not first official game of the year, but hey, they're just ready to play some football. So it's going to be some intensity, and it's going to be physical.
You're going to have guys on both sides that are trying to earn that starting position tonight.
Competition. Yep, that's what I love to see.
And you got some of these guys, for Lawrence County, saying they want to hit somebody that's not wearing purple.
Yeah.
And they, they got those red pants down there. They're just ready to hit somebody.
Yep. They are too. Big guys on both sides.
Yeah.
And think about it, how many local rivalries. Mount Pleasant tonight, Summertown next, Loretto next, then you go Lincoln County, Columbia, Giles County.
Yeah.
All I think Giles County,
Everybody's
Columbia
gonna be ready to
flipped,
go.
but Yeah, everyone's. I mean, they've got a lot to play for when it comes to pride around.
And speaking about being good again, Giles County. As long as they don't run into Alcoa before the state championship game, dude, they're hard to stop.
Absolutely.
I mean,
that new quarterback coming in, he's from what I've heard is a stud. From what Coach Marshall's told me,
and super athletic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so guys, we've had a lot of news come out college football wise this past weekend. A lot of us on the inside knew this was going to happen. We just didn't expect it to kind of happen in rapid succession. But I think it's time we all take a moment of silence for the Pac-12
it's
conference.
Over. Pac-12 is done.
It's over with.
And I feel, part of me, I feel like a relative, not that I was ever like fully involved with the Pac-12, but like you're going to miss those midnight games.
That's what I was just
about to say. You're going to miss some of those unique rivalries, and it just kind of, it's just something's going to be missing. Like this just feels way too professional. Feels way too, and even though we just talked about the NFL, but something's going to be missing without those schools on the West Coast.
It's going to feel weird not watching UCLA and Washington play on like a Friday night in the middle of September. I mean, it's going to feel wrong.
Well, here's what I think too is tradition.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. I know tradition in college football. We go back to the SEC. From being here, but what about UCLA? What about those teams out there? I mean, the tradition that they have with their fan base and how they've done things, man, it's practically over.
Yeah, we're losing two rivalries: the Civil War, Oregon and Oregon State. We're losing the Egg Bowl, Washington and Washington State, and I just hated that we're.
Look at this on a bigger picture. You're losing the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
Because the Pac-12 is not going to be a thing anymore. Yeah. Everybody. It's thrown away the best bowl game every year. I mean,
it's
just tradition.
It's on my bucket list to go to.
I want the Rose Bowl. Yeah. Pasadena, January 1st. I mean, there's nothing beats it.
Well, you got the parade. It kind of brings you into it right there.
It gets you excited for, the postseason.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
I just think it's, like we talked, guys, there's a lot of things going on for college football that were going to be a plus, and there's a lot going on for college football that's, I think, hurting.
Yeah, and it's money.
Yeah. That's money rules sports.
It's absolutely
I hate
money.
to say that.
The thing I sent you about did I send you the thing about Georgia?
No.
And the money they were spending?
Your light's on you. There you go.
But, another thing, though, with the Pac, who's left in the Pac-12? Oregon State and Washington State? Those are the only
Stanford.
two?
Stanford and
Cal.
And Stanford's, they're on the way out.
They're Stanford and Cal, I think, are on the way out. But I know Washington
going to
State.
the ACC, which makes zero sense.
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
Pacific,
they're just going to be the C. They're
going to be the Atlantic Coast.
They're just going to be the CC. They're just going to be the Coastal Conference.
That's what I don't understand. Like, when it comes to that, those Pac-12 teams, why aren't you joining the Big Ten or, the Big 12? Some of these teams are joining the ACC on the other side of the nation.
I think the ACC's next, guys.
Yeah.
I think the moment Clemson and Florida State bolt for wherever they're going to bolt to, that's going to collapse the rest of it.
For Florida State, when it comes to money, it's not an if, it's a win with them. And, but I liked what Greg Sankey, he came out the other day, it may have been yesterday, saying that we're not adding anybody else. We're happy with what we are. Because it kind of, the SEC is still the cream of the crop when it comes to college football.
Yep, absolutely.
And he's not, he's keeping that club exclusive, and I like that.
I say by the time Clemson and, like you said, Florida State go to the SEC, it's over for the ACC because there's no competition there.
They really don't need to add them. No, they don't.
They didn't need to add Oklahoma and Texas or Missouri and Texas A&M. Yeah. Texas A&M ruined everything. I mean, let's just put it that way. At the end of 2011, they're like, we want out.
Well, the reason they left is because Texas was threatening to go to the Pac-12, and they just didn't want to live by Texas's rules anymore, which you can't blame them, and then Texas follows you
and then Texas,
to the SEC.
But I have a kind of an idea of what the Big Ten should do. I was listening to an interview with Missouri's head football coach, Eli Drinkwitz, who, I notoriously think is an idiot, but I agreed with what he had to say on this. He was talking about the number one cause of mental health problems in teenagers and young adults nowadays is the lack of sleep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Football season, when it comes to, teams, UCLA and Michigan and stuff like that, if teams far away, it's not a problem. Everybody still leaves on a Thursday. You come back Sunday afternoon, Monday morning. Think about basketball and baseball season.
Softball.
You're not, and softball. For baseball, you play either a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or a Friday, Saturday, Sunday stretch where you have to leave Thursday, you get to come home Sunday night, you get back at 3, 4 in the morning, you wake up Monday and you go to class, and then, by Thursday afternoon you're back out the door again. I mean, what I think they should do is kind of separate it into a Big Ten East and a Big Ten West, and let the West Coast teams have their own thing. Their East Coast, the Michigans, the Ohio States have their own thing, and then
championship game at the Rose Bowl.
Exactly.
I think
you keep the Rose Bowl, but it's the Big Ten championship game.
We keep talking about it. How the conferences are realigned. Dusty, I think it goes back to what you said a few weeks ago at the show. It might go down to an NFL thing where we got 2 conferences and we're going to split them up in divisions. I think that's how it's going to be.
I can't see it going any other direction.
Yeah.
Now
I don't know how long it's going to take, but eventually I believe it'll get there.
Well, the only thing is, you just touched on a little bit. We got teams on the West Coast that are trying to go to the East Coast, and how's that? I mean,
it doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense.
No.
And another thing that's not getting talked about, these equipment buses or trucks or whatever that are going to have to drive from L.A. to,
They'll get back, drop them off just to put them back on and go.
And all they're going to have time to do is clean it and take it back. I mean,
they're going to have to wash it on the road.
Yeah. We talked about the other sports. I mean, I look at it from the Big Ten because I covered it when I covered Penn State. I mean, I can't imagine as good as a baseball program as USC and UCLA has had. Now they got, let's say they have a March series in State College, Pennsylvania. I love State College, Pennsylvania. You have a great ballpark, but you're really going to make UCLA come all that way and
just
play in 20-degree temperatures in March.
And that's what we talked about on the show this morning for golf, because the golf guys were telling us, hey, when it comes to climate, some of these guys not be ready.
Yeah.
So, I mean, climate, there's a bunch of things. Travel, climate,
those California boys, I
academics.
guarantee you those ones that were – let's just talk about Nico for a minute. I mean, it gets cold in Knoxville in the wintertime.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's gonna be just a culture
shock.
Yeah. But the thing with him, he moved in around December, so he's had a first winter in Knoxville. But
for the conversations piece, I mean, for a whole,
he don't know what winter is in Knoxville.
No. I mean,
that Missouri game at the senior day last year, it was 15, 20 degrees, and it snowed half the game.
I mean, Devontae Smith, he goes to the Philly. You know, he said it. I mean, I can't quote him word for word, but he said, if I'd have known it'd been like this, I don't know that I'd want to even come to Philly. Yeah. As cold as it was, you know, and that's just Philly.
That poor guy weighs 160 pounds soaking wet.
With his pads on.
Yeah.
And it's different to exist in cold weather than it is to actually play a game in cold weather, because there's, like we were talking about with golf, the ball – your distance shrinks by about 15 to 20 yards.
Oh, easy.
And same with football. You're not going to be able to throw that 80-yard bomb. You have to change some things up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but say Joe Milton's only going to be able to throw it 60 yards when it's 20 degrees outside.
So what conference should take the Oregon States and the Washington States of the world? I mean, we're here in the Big 12, we're here in the ACC, but more than likely they're going to have to go down a level, which means they're going to have to go down a level when it comes to media rights and join the Mountain West.
I was just about to say
it seems like that's their only option.
I think the Mountain West would be their only option.
Yeah. I think Washington State would fit in perfect there. Not being disrespectful, but I'm just saying I think that would be a good place.
If Oregon State's where they're going to run that conference.
Oh, absolutely.
Easily.
They will easily. They'll dominate that.
Yeah. They're going to try everything they can to go to the Big 12 or the Big 10.
It's sad because Oregon State is a really good team this year, and they had it before DJ even joined.
Yeah.
Right.
That could be a bold prediction for college football. They're going to bench DJ, bring in the other guy that they already have, and go win 10
They were
games
9-3 last year with them in the regular season.
Crushed Florida in the bowl game, which
Wow.
Everybody crushed Florida last year, pretty much.
Yeah, with first round draft pick that's going to save the Indianapolis Colts.
I hope Florida suffers like Tennessee did.
Great
several
coaching
years ago.
staff.
Sunbelt Billy.
Yeah, that was hard.
That's unreal.
Oh man.
Hey, listen, I love there's not a team I hate just in every sport more than Florida. So to see them, having to kind of go through what Tennessee went through for a couple of years.
Guys, in 3 weeks we got college football on the horizon. Tennessee's going to face off with Virginia down the road here in Nashville. Who's Bama got? What Sister of the Poor or St. Mary's School of the Blind?
Tech or something again.
Yeah.
And then the first.
Yeah. We got Arkansas School of the Blind.
There we go.
Followed up by
Texas. Texas is week 2.
Texas is week 2.
We're going to find out if Michael's pick is right or not. I believe in you, Michael.
I'm glad I got somebody on my side. Because AJ's just sitting here watching
if
you crash
Texas
and burn.
beats Bama, I'll believe you, and I will take you out for a nice steak dinner.
I'll come home a weekend for that.
So Sam, he sent me a video, and it was during the press conference that Nick Saban had, and they were talking. They keep on talking about who's the quarterback and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, that smile he had on that video kind of made me nervous.
Yeah, that's
See, now he's smiling. He's smiling now.
That
makes him feel so much
You should have heard him 2 months ago during those Babe Ruth games,
Man,
dude.
I just don't know about Bama.
I don't know about Bama.
Yeah,
We might lose 5 games this year. Then Saban starts smiling about a quarterback. We're winning the Natty.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, dude. It might not that smile makes me think that it's not going to be Buckner, Milroe, or Simpson. There's some other guys.
For all I know, AJ McCarron's back. I don't know.
He wasn't bad.
That dude won back-to-back natties.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
McCarron was a dude.
I'll say this from
they
what
beat
I
Manti Te'o and the fake girlfriends.
Dude, Manti Te'o, I don't even want to go there. Dude, that dude, Barrett Jones, kept that boy on his back the entire game.
He's not even in the NFL.
Barrett Jones was a dude, though.
Yeah, he was.
He was a big old boy.
I mean, I remember watching Manti. You know, he's creeping up. He's going to hit the gap, and Jones said, "Nah, not tonight, big boy." Whack.
I've never, other than TCU and Georgia last year, seen a team get big-bodied like that in a big-time game.
TCU ran out of their magic by the time.
Yeah.
Georgia plays at least one, if not 2, which that's something we can talk about now. They play not one, but 2 games a year where they're beatable. Last year, last year was at Missouri because I remember watching that game.
Wasn't
Wasn't
was it Samford or something like that that gave them a game for
Kent State? I think it was.
Yeah, something like that. They gave them a game for a quarter and a half.
It was like quarter, and we're thinking, "Oh man, that's quarter and a half. That's a win."
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And listen, I remember and I think it was 2019 when Georgia lost at home to South Carolina. I mean, and that South Carolina team was Jake Bentley.
Yeah.
And Will Muschamp.
Yeah.
Will Muschamp.
Oh my gosh. There's a whole. I think it's called Coaches Getting Mad and Angry. There's 3 videos on YouTube.
It's just Will Muschamp.
It's like, and I think they're a combined hour and a half, and 45 minutes is Will Muschamp losing his mind.
Oh,
that guy was a psycho.
Yeah,
he's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
good defensive
just
coordinator.
Crazy.
Terrible head coach.
I think it was the Iron Bowl in either 15 or 16 one, and it's over. Derrick Henry ran all over Auburn that game, and he's just over there on the sideline. He got like 3 unsportsmanlike conducts in like a row. I mean, within like a minute of each other.
But when you look at Georgia and Michigan, I think it's criminal that their schedules are that ridiculously weak.
Georgia's is awful this year.
Especially Georgia, just because they're SEC, it should be tougher.
I believe like Michigan's still got Ohio State and Penn State down the road, and I'll give it's going to get much tougher.
It will.
Michigan State's always going to play them tough, no matter how good or how bad that they have.
Is Maryland on Michigan's schedule?
Always, because they're in the same.
Yeah,
they're for now because they're getting rid of divisions.
Because I do think Tua's little brothers, they gave Ohio State a little bit of a game last year. So I mean, I'm not going to throw Maryland out. I think
can't talk trash about Maryland after beating West Virginia twice.
With Georgia, this is my thing with Georgia. Their conference is not conference. Their schedule is so weak. The toughest game they probably got this year is Tennessee.
Tennessee,
and then they have Ole Miss at home.
So where are they going to have that game? I say they play normally at least one, sometimes 2, and it's one on the road and one at home. Mm-hmm. Last year it was at Missouri, and then it was against Ohio State.
Yep.
They totally did not take that group seriously, and Ohio State showed them what was up.
The whole talk going into that game was that C.J. Stroud was like bad for some reason because he lost to Michigan again, who was a good team. I mean, that was the TCU game was probably one of the worst games Michigan played all year because their defense was just non-existent.
And coaching didn't help with some of the bad decisions they made, and a bad review. That was a touchdown, And this is coming from a Big 12 guy. That was a touchdown.
That was a touchdown,
But was that not like the greatest semifinal Saturday of all time?
It was.
That was amazing.
Because normally the semifinals are awful, and that's the first time other than Georgia, Oklahoma at the Rose Bowl.
Yeah. Yes.
All the rest of them have been.
What year was it that Alabama was the number 4 in the playoffs and Georgia was 3, and everybody was like, whoever wins that game is basically going to win the national championship?
That was the Oklahoma year.
That was Oklahoma.
Bama spanked Clemson.
Yeah. Because
that was Tua coming out when he hits Devontae in the end zone after Jalen got benched in the fourth quarter.
I have a confession to make. That's the one time I've cheered for Alabama. I don't like Kirby Smart. I think he's a reiteration of Urban Meyer, what he did at Florida.
I respect the daylights out of Alabama.
I don't have to like him though.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to like him, but you can respect the daylights out of what
I don't like Alabama just because I'm a Tennessee guy. But when it comes to like national championship, I want the SEC to win.
I'm not the cheer for the
okay.
I'm not the cheer for the SEC guy.
I thank you, and that should be one of our topics one night, and we can do it right now.
Let's do it right now. We got plenty. They're still warming
I don't
up.
care if Alabama's not playing for a national championship, and Tennessee is playing Oklahoma.
You're cheering for Oklahoma.
Yes.
Oh, how dare you!
Listen, every time Alabama played Clemson, dude, I was the biggest Dabo fan ever.
If
talk about delusional,
if Georgia's playing USC, I'm USC all the way.
Yeah, give me Lincoln Riley.
I'm not an SEC. I'm an Alabama fan.
By the way, bold prediction: Lincoln Riley bolts USC to go to the NFL before they go to the Big Ten.
Probably.
Every time it gets tougher, he bolts.
I think it could happen this upcoming year with Caleb Williamson.
That's what I'm
going
saying.
to the draft.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's
what
going to
I'm
happen
saying.
this year.
That's a good pick, right
But
there.
he's got a good quarterback coming in after Caleb. So
Still, I think
he's taking a step. He's got to step up in competition. Lincoln doesn't like that.
Caleb Williams is not all that.
Huh.
Dude.
Oh, no, we've talked about
that. Whoa, bold prediction.
We've talked
Caleb Williams is not all that.
Caleb Williams is a dude.
Hey, but you know what the bad thing is? We all had him in our Heisman talk.
We have
to have him in there.
No.
Listen, if he's not playing Utah, he's amazing. It's just when Cam Rising steps on the field with him, and
they lost to Tulane. I'm sorry, but Tulane is a good program, but still,
they're not
USC.
They're not supposed to lose that game.
You're not supposed to lose that game.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a
so
great
like for
game.
you, like, are you a fan of your whole conference, or are you just?
I'm a root for my conference when it comes to national championship.
So if Alabama was playing Oregon in a national championship game, you're going to pull for Alabama?
Give me the Ducks.
Yeah, I would go for Alabama just because it benefits the whole conference, and the whole conference gets money spent.
Okay.
I'm serious when I say that.
I come at it from a different perspective because I was talking with my wife the other day. I grew up with my teams, with West Virginia, playing Syracuse, Boston College, Virginia Tech, Pitt, all those schools every year. Now we're playing Baylor, Texas Tech, Kansas State, Kansas, and now Arizona State. If they're going, any schools are going up against them,
Yeah.
Kick them in the tail, give them a loss, beat them up so we can maybe have a chance of going there.
Okay, so Dusty, I do got a question because you're the cheer for your team and nobody else. Is there another team in the SEC, if they were in the national championship, you would sort of root for? Because I remember in 2010, I believe it was, I kind of liked Auburn. I wasn't a big Chip Kelly guy at Oregon. I was cheering for Auburn.
If there was going to be another team in the SEC that I would root for in the title game, it'd be Arkansas.
I love Sam
Okay, so
Pittman.
what if it was Georgia and Tennessee in the national championship?
I wouldn't watch.
He wouldn't watch it. Listen, those years it was like Alabama,
I was
LSU.
hoping it'd be 0-0.
My wife's favorite SEC team other than Tennessee is LSU. She likes LSU. Do you guys have a team that you can see? You already said Arkansas.
Arkansas for me.
Is there a team in the SEC outside of Tennessee for you two that you would root for?
I know I'm supposed to hate him, but I love Lane Kiffin.
So you go Ole Miss.
I'd go Ole Miss.
Where would you go?
Man, I'd probably have to go LSU just because I love that environment of Death Valley at night and all that stuff.
I don't like Brian Kelly. I don't like Jay Johnson. I don't like any
Brian Kelly. I'm not the biggest fan of.
I'm not a fan at all.
Yeah,
I kind of
like the.
My family.
They brought that up to him at SEC Media Days. I was watching that. They said no Southern accent. They said that didn't feel like a right time to do it.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to take a quick break here. They're getting ready to kick off things here in their scrimmage, so we'll take a short break, and then we'll get things going when we come back here on X Sports Live, brought to you by Heidi's Barbecue from the Lawrence County Jamboree.
Got primary care? Find your way to better health with primary care by One Stop Medical. With decades of combined experience, you'll find a one-on-one relationship just like the old days, but with the convenience and technology of today. When One Stop Medical does primary care, it's the best. Call today for an appointment and find your way to healthy living. Serving Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Hohenwald. Phone 931-244-8220. Primary care by One Stop Medical at its best.
A local law firm respected throughout the state. Generations of clients have turned to Boston, Holt, and Durham since 1948. We assist individuals and businesses with their legal needs, including real estate, property closings, personal injury, employment discrimination, and family law. Our clients get the personal attention and convenience of a hometown law firm with the resources and ability to handle any case. Come see us at Boston, Holt, and Durham.
stuck, then you're in luck. Call Tyler McDowell with In-Service Towing, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for quick, reliable service. When you find yourself in a bind, In-Service offers full-service towing and recovery services as well as vehicle lockouts, jump starts, and emergency roadside assistance. Family-owned, family-operated. When you need a hand, call In-Service Towing or ask for them by name. Serving Southern Tennessee and North Alabama. Phone number 931-843-9098 or visit inservicespecialties.com.
I'm Mike Keith, and my friends at Elliott Johnson Insurance have a great partner in Auto Owners Insurance. Auto Owners makes it easy to get life, home, car, or business insurance. Let Elliott Johnson Insurance find the Auto Owners policy that makes a difference in your life. Call Elliott Johnson Insurance at one of their 3 locations, Florence, Loretta, and Lawrenceburg. Elliott Johnson Insurance, moving forward for our clients every day.
There are now more ways to save at Quick Mart. Become a Quick Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at Quick Mart convenience stores using the Quick Club app, available in the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on work fill-ups and redeem the savings for yourself. To get started, visit fuelrewards.com/pro or download the app in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
This is the X Sports Network.
And welcome back here to X Sports Live. Time to kick things off here in the Jamboree between Lawrence County and Mount Pleasant. Will be Lawrence County starting things off, kicking it away here to Mount Pleasant. So to start kicking things off here will be Presley Townsley. Most of the time in scrimmage, guys, they don't return these, so I think they're just going to take it wherever they scoop it up here. Don't want to have any silly injuries when it comes to this sort of stuff, but
big praise right here for the kick.
Oh, he's excited.
Yes, sir.
No one works harder on kicking than Presley does. If you go
he's
to
out
a
there every
practice.
day.
Townsley's going to kick this one away. High end overhead kick, fielded there at the 25-yard line, and they will return it. And he will make his way down to the 36. So that's where Nick Brown and company, dynamic quarterback for Mount Pleasant, had a good season a year ago for this Tigers squad. Led him to that 9-2 record to the second round of the playoffs, and he will lead this Mount Pleasant lineup back on the field. Also, a couple guys you need to look out for. You'll have DeMarcus Brown, very, very good running back. Some other good receivers as well. Darian Meza is back. He was fantastic until he got hurt at some point in the season for him last year. Good outfielder, if you remember him from the football
that's what I was saying. We had 1 or 2 good baseball players.
So they're going to go out of the pistol here to start things off. Be Brown. Right behind him will be Carter Dunn. And all of a sudden we got our first whistle.
Yeah. Going to have to be a flag on Lawrence County, I believe.
Yeah. I wonder what that was.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Nobody knows what's going on.
Offsides?
It may have.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Been. So hard to tell. We're actually still on the field.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're not up in the booth for this one.
So we're watching it just like they are.
Yeah, you're getting into real time like we're getting. Yeah. So flip the formation here a little bit. It's Nick Brown. Actually, we're going to have
a timeout.
Have a timeout already. Behind him is Jakiri McClure is he running back. He got some action as well last year for the Tigers.
You know, AJ, we were talking to Coach Marston earlier. He was talking about Mount Pleasant being maybe the most, athletic skilled position or skilled team they play this year. I'm wondering how Lawrence County skill position players are going to match up with Mount Pleasant's.
Oh, this is a good test.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I see one right there in Jamboree, number 2 for Lawrence County.
So this did get called on Mount Pleasant.
It did.
I say because they went back. Yeah.
First and 15 here. Now they're going to go a bit of 5 wide here, guys. Starting on the first play.
Try to get something going.
Some motion, and we're going to get a quick pop here. The Tigers, he cuts upfield, makes a couple guys miss, gets down to the 38-yard line. It's Kevon Cooper.
That's lovely. That's
Smith Wiley, number 4.
Everly.
Oh, it's Everly.
Yeah, Everly.
Latavian, yeah.
Yep, another big-time senior for this group.
Yeah. Brown now will shuffle this one out to McClure. McClure gets across the 40, 45, and we'll get into Lawrence County territory down to the 49-yard line. And it looks like we will have a penalty flag on the play. More than likely, guys, this is going to be holding, and that will.
Mount Pleasant's backing up.
That is going to be the call.
Jacabry was throwing his hands
he was
up.
like, we're going back.
And, I feel like every time you watch a high school football game, the first, 10, 12, 15-yard run you get coming back.
It's coming back.
Yeah.
Well, and of course, a bunch of these guys got a bunch of jitters, even though, like we talked about it, this isn't the first regular season game, but this is scrimmage. Everybody's ready to go.
Yeah. And scrimmages have changed throughout the years. I don't know what it was like for you guys. When I played, it was 10, 10, 10, 10. Then your second teamers did that, and you didn't do the real game situation till like the very end. Now, most of the time, you're just doing real game situations.
Yeah, because I was surprised to see him actually take the kickoff back.
Yep.
Second down now coming up here for the Tigers. Brown out of the shotgun will now roll out to his right. Steps up. Delivers a ball.
Wow. What a catch.
Good catch there.
Laid out for that
Number 8,
one.
Trey Davis makes the catch. Put that run up
right,
at 39-yard line, so they get it to third and manageable after that throw. Nick Brown can throw on the run, guys. He's
he done really good right there rolling out.
Here are 3 receivers.
No huddle, going quick.
Shifts it out to McClure. McClure fumbles it and gets on the ball, so that will be a third down stop there for the Wildcats as McClure will lose 2 on the fumble pitch. See what Mount Pleasant does here. Looks like they are going to keep the offense on the field. Why not? You're nothing to lose here in this situation.
You don't have anything to lose right here. You can work on something.
They're at the 39 right now. It looks
Actually,
like
they're bringing some people in.
They are bringing in some guys.
I mean, it could just be backup receivers or tight ends or
You won't play everybody.
Yeah.
Like you said, Dusty, earlier, all these guys, they're battling for position, so you won't give as many people opportunities.
Might be doing a pooch punt here.
They could be doing a pooch, for sure.
And, Brown's taking a couple steps back, and he will punt this one away. And let that one bounce, and it will roll all the way to the Wildcat 32-yard line, and that's where we'll get to see our first glimpse here of the Lawrence County offense. Guys, a few days ago, they took on Hardin County. From what I've heard, played really well against Hardin County. We know how good Hardin County has been throughout the years, and they've got certain guys who are starred wide receivers at certain places, so we know how good that group is, and the fact that they we weren't here, we didn't see it, but we heard they won. That's good news.
I see big Jacob Burdishaw with his back turned to us right there in the huddle. Oh, he's such a big kid.
Right next to him, the big kid out of California, Matt Hagman.
I would say the left side of that offensive line is
huge.
Oh, my goodness.
So Jaden Trammell is the quarterback. He's got Everly and Isaiah Bentley behind him. He and Clayton lined out to the right. Boy, hand off to Everly up the middle. He's got some room, and he will bowl his way over the 35. Get down to about the 37, 38-yard line.
And Lawrence County's going to be able to do that all night.
Oh, yeah. They're just
you get 4 or 5 yards of carry. I mean, why stop?
Yeah. That was 6. Looks
like
6 or 7.
They're going to get tired of getting hit.
Yeah, I mean, and with the way our offense is laid out, you really ain't hiding anything.
No.
And if I was the quarterback for Lawrence County tonight, I wouldn't feel like a more safe person in the world. I mean, the offensive line he's got right there.
There's some horses. And you got a sophomore right there, Max Taylor, who we talked about earlier, and just a really good football player.
Shotgun look here with Bentley now motioning to the right. And Trammell, quick throw, and that one is tipped and will fall down. Looked like they were trying for a quick screen there to Jacabry. Yeah. Good job by the Mount Pleasant defense getting a hand on that one, getting out there quickly.
I like what Lawrence County's doing there. They're going to try to get the run game going, but they're also just going to try to get Jacabry going to make it, hey, pick your poison type of deal.
Hey, and we know Jacabry, he's fast.
Oh, yeah.
So
he gets an open field, let
him get the ball and just make a play.
And finding ways to get him the ball. We saw him at some Wildcat last year, and they put him at running back a couple times. So key third down here for the Wildcats. Tram will go under center. He's got Bentley and Everly split behind him.
I like it.
Bentley now. Here comes a toss play to the right side. Isaiah
Mount
cuts
Pleasant
up.
had that red.
Good job by the Tiger defense. Only a yard gain to the 39-yard line. So each side in kind of a roundabout way goes 3 and out here. So might be seeing Caden Bird and the punt team come on as Stevenson and company will head out. Good start to the drive. And
both teams showing some
Mount Pleasant's defense showing up there on the final 2 plays.
Yeah, I mean, Mount Pleasant's defense is, other than the first down run by Tay, I mean, they've read both plays that Lawrence County's going to run and ate both of them up.
Actually,
well, they had actually 3 plays. I mean, the screen pass.
Yeah.
Looks like that is Caden Bird, the left-footed punter, back. Yep.
Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah.
Good old
Their
Caden
backup
Bird.
is Taden Russell, and has a good snap. Left-footed punter gets that one away.
Decent kick.
It's going to roll, and it's going to be fielded right at the 27-yard line. So that's where the Tigers will take over. We do have a flag on the field here.
Roughing the kicker.
We can't see from our point of view because we can't really.
That looks like in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where they are.
I was just throwing it out there.
Just guessing.
It's something.
Well, they're going to pick it up. So not a good job by the officials. It was probably going to be a pointless penalty to begin with. So
Right.
good job by them just to, hey, it wasn't going to matter.
Yeah.
They're just going to have to kick it again, and we're going to have to set everything up and waste time. So let's get on with it.
Well, and, replaying a play like that, its meaning was in a jamboree could get somebody hurt. Talking about the returning the kickoff and stuff like that, Lawrence County's already got a couple guys down with injuries, to start the season. They don't want to have any more down.
First down and 10 for the Tigers from their own 28-yard line. Another spread formation. They mainly work out of the shotgun. They do have some different formations out of that. McClure to the left of Brown. We saw Brown's arm earlier. Made a really good running throw to his right.
I've got 4 on the outside.
Brown straight drop back. And he got hit. The ball is down, and it recovered. Speaking of, Taden Russell comes through the line and knocks him down.
Big hit.
Early sack. It's going to be about a 6-yard loss on the play, guys. Bring up second down and 16 here for the Tigers.
He's hot.
Heads up for that.
I like it.
Heads up for that Mount Pleasant offensive lineman, though, to jump on the ball.
Well, that's the center.
Yeah.
It looked like he just turned around and fell straight down on it.
That's what they teach you to do.
Taden just burst right through
He
there.
did. That was quick.
Brown went through his progressions and looked like he was going deep.
He got to the second read.
He was loading up.
He got to the second read and got popped.
Both of these defensive lines are doing a great job tonight so far.
Trips to the left here for the Tigers. Corey to Brown's right out of the shotgun. Brown straight drop back again. More pressure, and he's going to take off. Good block there. And a penalty flag coming for a blindside block.
Man.
Right,
He took a lick.
Yeah. He went down at the 35, but the penalty flag falls right there at the 26.
Yeah, he's stumbling.
And that was a blindside block.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rule's been implemented at the college and the NFL
That's Drake
level.
Osborne that went down, number 11.
Brown was showing off his athleticism, unfortunately, that will come back on the play. So Tigers continue with the penalties to go backwards here, even though the offense has had some explosive plays early.
Yeah, they're moving the ball, but they're just those dumb penalties that we talk about in football that will back you behind the chains.
I mean, penalties lose you games.
They do.
Because, that takes a drive from, a first and 10 to like a second and 25, and at that point the drive's dead.
And, hey, listen, right here, this penalty, and I don't care if it's high school, college, or NFL.
It's unnecessary.
It's nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about it earlier, like whenever Marshall was on the show with us before the game started. He talked about limiting the penalties. And so far, Lawrence County's done that, even though it's the start of the game. They've done that so far pretty well. And then also, Mount Pleasant hasn't done that so far. So,
second down, and it looks to be 25 here from the 13-yard line for the Tigers. Got to go a bit of a bunch formation here. Off to the left. Brown straight drop back again. And he's going to fire this one towards his own sideline. Just overthrows his intended receiver there, and Uriah Archibald. Might have been Jaden McClure. Number 1, Jaden McClure. 1s and 7s, when you're legally blind without your contacts like me, they get mixed up.
Well, the font of their uniforms definitely makes it a little difficult.
That is
and
hard
we're looking
to read.
off a screen as well.
Yeah.
Not up in the booth. I probably still would have messed it up in the booth anyway.
Yeah.
Got to bring your binoculars to the Mount Pleasant games.
Third down and long coming up here. Very long for the Tigers. Flip the formation again. And now
3rd and 25.
a timeout here called by Mount Pleasant here to figure out a 3rd and 25 play, guys. With that, we will take a very short break here on the X Sports Network.
Hey y'all, Fred Webb here, United Country Southern Tennessee Realty. You get ready to sell your property, give one of these sales professionals a call today.
Hunter Webb, Farm and Land Sales Specialist, 931-321-8226.
Tommy Johnson, the Wayne County Connection, 931-722-4840.
Tyler Webb, 731-438-2084.
It's a slam dunk when you list with United Country Southern Tennessee Realty.
This is the X Sports Network.
Back here at X Sports Live here from the Mount Pleasant and Lawrence County scrimmage. 3rd down and very long here for the Tigers as Nick Brown will step up again. Just had some pressure brought down from behind. A great job there by the Lawrence County defense. Looks like that's Cadron Cox coming up with the sack. So the second time they've got to the athletic Nick Brown. And for the second time already in the scrimmage, Mount Pleasant bringing out the punt team, guys.
And the right side of Mount Pleasant's offensive line has just not been ready for this Wildcat pass rush. It's looked rough almost every play.
They've been just bull rushing up front.
And Nick Brown thought he had a lane, and Cox got there in a heartbeat to make that happen. So they'll probably do the same punt formation here. Now, Mount Pleasant had a really good punter last year. I mean, that kick could boot it away. And Brown will take that step back. Sends that one away. And Jamboree fields it at the 40, across the 35. Got a little bit of room, and he will take that to around the 27-yard line. Incredible field position here for the Wildcats. Take over, try to get on the board.
That's what you got to do if you're Lawrence County. You put them in a bad position on the defensive side. Now you got to take advantage of it and see if you can put 6 on the board for a touchdown, and if not that, then get a field goal in.
Well, and Dusty, as I just said, those penalties on first downs that create the 2nd and 25, it's a drive killer, because not only did it end Mount Pleasant's drive on offense, but it gave Lawrence County good field position when Mount Pleasant punted it away.
6:03 left on the clock here, and Trammell will go under center. Fully loaded backfield there, guys. Just like we talked about with Coach Marston.
There's
Clayton
Clayton.
Gets the hand off. Get his way across the 25 to about the 23, 22.5-yard line.
It looked like he got more yards there by them pushing, but he did get stuffed there a little bit.
Yeah, number 69 right there for Mount Pleasant, sophomore.
That's a big
old kid.
That's a big boy.
Sure.
6'1", 370.
But hey, before the snap, what about our student section tonight at a scrimmage game?
Yeah, I mean,
that pumps me up for the football season.
You can see him on the camera there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
And
one thing that's always, from a Loretto guy, one thing that's always stuck out to me about Lawrence County, their fans bring it, students-wise.
And, well, not also students. We talked about the hype with Daryl Boston, the band's name here. So imagine what next week is going to look like.
Daryl's sitting out over on the back of the fire truck.
Daryl's over there, but we expect him to be over there next week.
Yeah. Another carry there by Clayton as he gets to about the 21-yard line. Be a 3rd and short coming up here for the Wildcats, and they will go in the huddles. We hit under 5 minutes here. 3rd and 4, about a short 4, long 3 coming up here for Lawrence County.
See what I wanted to see right there on 1st and 10. Let's spread it out one time, and let's just catch them off guard. Let's just throw it down the field and see what happens.
Go fully loaded backfield here again.
And they're bunching. I don't know that I like this complete bunch.
It's a handoff to Clayton. It works. He gets across the 10-yard line into first and goal situation, and a great push up front there by the Wildcat.
Well, you know where the action's coming from, Dusty, but with 3 guys in the backfield, you don't know who's getting it.
You're right. It's just, I feel like it's clustered right there.
Yeah. I think it looked like Mount Pleasant, in my opinion, played it really well. It's just that the offensive line for Lawrence County made a big enough hole for Clayton to take up.
They might want it clustered. They might want everyone in there.
That might be their
thing.
And that's what Marston also, he talked about earlier. He said, we're going to try something with these three-headed monsters we got in the backfield. We're going to put them all on the field at once and make some trick plays.
First and 10 from the 15. I thought it was a 10, but it was the 15. Wildcats here pick up, I believe, their first down.
It was their first down.
For either team.
Trammell. And an end around here to Clayton. Clayton's got some room and stumbles his way after a good hit there.
He's going to be at the 5.
And say he went right at the 10, so he'll pick up 5 here to make it 2nd and 5 for the Wildcats as the clock now goes under 4 minutes left here. And I believe they're only playing 2 quarters, so the first half, I guess you could say.
The first half.
And I believe it's a running clock the whole time as well.
They've been stopping it.
Okay.
Yeah. So Trammell under center. Same wing T formation. See a lot of teams run all across the country and some colleges. UNA is going to see that against Mercer in week 1. And Isaiah Bentley this time on the end around. And a great open field tackle there.
Good tackle.
Good tackle. Good defense.
Really good job there. I believe that's Skylar Witherspoon coming up with the tackle.
Yeah, Bentley was trying to decide if he should try to run over him or try to make a move around him, and just a great open field tackle.
Witherspoon did what you're supposed to do. Go low, wrap him up. That was a really
Clean
good
tackle.
job there. So third and mid here, guys, at 3rd and 5.
And you don't see a lot of high school players be able to, in open field, just make a tackle like that.
That's a tough play.
Yeah, 100%.
Tough play. Especially with the skill set as Isaiah.
And as big as he is, too.
Yeah, I mean, you're tackling a grown man.
Yeah.
This will be 3rd down and 5 here for the Wildcats. Already converted on a 3rd down situation on this drive. 1 for 2 so far here in this Jamboree.
They got Jamboree on the outside over there.
Guys playing off of him, too.
Yeah, it looked like he jumped. Tavion getting the toss.
That's going to be a touchdown.
And he is going to get the first down and more. Hayden calls it. He gets into the end zone. And the Wildcats are going to take a 6-0 lead.
Good job. They took advantage of the Mount Pleasant mistakes.
I thought he was going to get pushed out of bounds.
I did too. I didn't think he was going to get in right there.
Well, I mean, for a bigger guy, I'll tell you, he's got some speed. And I like what Lawrence County did right there. They kind of had everything signaling they were going to a play to the opposite way. They had Jamboree in the one-on-one and just a little flip to Tay around the weak side. Just a good play, and Lawrence County takes a 6-0 lead.
So Sarah Morrison on to attempt the extra point, the freshman kicker here for the Wildcats. Let's see if she can find her broadcast position. The kick is up, and the kick
it's good.
Is good.
Good job by the
Lawrence
freshman.
County here leads this one 7-0. 2:30 here remaining in the opening quarter here of this Jamboree. Pretty good drive there for the Wildcats, guys. Took advantage of some good field position. Defense is playing pretty well, and already on the board 7-0.
I don't expect anything different from Lawrence County right there. I mean, we talked to Marston. Hayden brought it up, 3-headed monster at the running position, and they used all 3 of them right there.
Especially Ian Clayton.
And they all kind of have their different strengths and weaknesses.
Tay's more of your bulldozer. Ian's your hit the hole and just get at it. And Isaiah kind of shifts them hips, just kind of picks and pokes his way through the line. Like I said, I'd still like to see this next series. Let's throw the football a little bit and just see what we got.
Yeah. It's a scrimmage. You want to try everything you can
You
to
do.
learn something and learn your teammates. Where are they going to be?
Yeah, you can practice as much as you want, but once you get in a game situation, that's when you learn who your dudes are.
Yep.
On to kick this one away.
Caden Bird.
Caden Bird.
No, it ain't.
No,
That's number 99.
Ian Miller is the one that kicked that one away.
Good kick.
Good kick.
Well, Pleasant.
Oh,
he's got some room.
He's gone.
Miller going to try to track him down. He won't. That's going to be a touchdown for Kevin Cooper. So a quick answer there by Mount Pleasant.
Sure was.
They show their speed, their athleticism. Good blocking also by the kick return team. And just when Lawrence County puts one on the board, Mount Pleasant with a huge answer with that kick return for a touchdown.
And this is where I think Marshall needs to come in like, hey, we got to be better than that, It's
you can't get too high.
Yeah, you can't get too hype about it.
You can't be too lax on special teams.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can't let something happen like that.
And you can't, especially your defense is playing well, your offense has got a touchdown, and you can't
let
give
that.
That's a momentum killer.
Can be a momentum shifter as well.
And the most important people on special teams is that first line, I guess you could say, coming through for Lawrence County. If they all get stuffed up blocked, that sets up a good play for an athletic team like Mount Pleasant.
So Jackson Collier on to attempt the extra point here for the Tigers. Low snap. The kick is up.
That's good.
Kick is good. So we're all tied up here at 7, guys. 2:15 remaining here in this opening quarter. And just kind of a wild swing of things
that was
right
a big swing real fast.
This is a scrimmage, but I'm excited, man. Yeah. This is
our first time back getting some football.
There's AJ's kneecap.
Looks ugly. It looks like I played football for all those years, you know.
I mean, listen, there's nothing that gets me more excited than a jamboree, even though it's meaningless football, so to speak, when it comes to the schedule.
But is it meaningless?
It's football.
It's football, but I think it means a lot.
Oh, 100%. Well, I remember the first football I got to watch last season was Loretto's Jamboree, where they had a bunch of teams from Alabama, and I'm sitting there like, I watched Summertown, and I believe it was Wilson play the first game, and it was a little bit of a slow game. Loretto played, I believe it was Lauderdale County, and first play of the game, Caden Porter took a sweep 70 yards to the house. And
well, speaking of, we'll be there tomorrow.
Yep.
Sort of similar to what we're doing here. We'll have some interviews as well, so it'll be Summertown and Huntland at 6 o'clock. That will be followed by Richland and Loretto, 2 really good teams, guys.
And they've already faced each other. They played Monday.
Yep, and that's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to that. Richland moving down the Class A. I think that they were really good in 2A. I think they'll be really good in 1A.
And I went to several Richland games last year to watch them. They're a really good football team too.
Yep.
So and I believe every game they played last year, they either won it, and if they lost it, it wasn't by much.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Loretto beat them in the regular season last year on a last-second play or something similar to that.
You're right.
Matthew Holden here to kick this one away. High end over end kick. Looks like Jack Marston, I think. Thomas Carr, fielded that one. Lawrence County will take over 1st and 10.
Yeah, I'm kind of pumped up to see Loretto tomorrow. It's kind of a different look of a team. They lost Caden Porter. But they still have some guys. They got some young guys.
Those receivers.
Well, they got all kinds of talent on the outside. And Jack Welch and Corbin Reynolds. You got Carter back, 4th year at quarterback.
By the way, Carter, I see you, buddy.
Yeah.
Steelers, they're winning it.
But you got some new guys in the backfield. The defense is the big question mark for Loretto. If that defense can step up from last year, the sky's the limit for them.
Which, by the way, my family disowned me after that Steelers pick, just to throw that one out there.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'll let you be in my family, I guess.
Yeah, someone's got to take me in.
Yeah, bless your heart.
Chandler will go under center here for the Wildcats. It's a handoff to Everly, and he is bulldozing his way. He gets it to the
tackling.
Dude, that's a loss.
31-yard line, getting a few sprinkles.
We are getting a little sprinkle right here.
Yeah.
Some of us may melt.
I'm not that sweet.
Pick up of about 4 or 5 here for the Wildcats. Just like we talked about, guys, this is an offense. If they can bludgeon you to death 5 yards a pop, think of how much clock with the high school rules. They don't have, high school officials don't have that extra official that's just there to spot it. Yep. You can kill a few extra seconds on every possession.
And you sit there and run it and run it and run it. That opens up pass plays, and you got athletes like Jacabry on the outside.
See, right here is a perfect time, little play action.
Trammell now go under center. Got Everly now split out to his left a bit.
See the tight end be used a lot too now. This is perfect.
Hand off to Everly. He's got some room. He's got the first down and more.
I like
He will take that down to about the 47, 48-yard line, getting ready to knock on Tiger territory.
Did y'all see how explosive that was? Yeah. It's like he tiptoed and then boom.
Once he got to that second level, he took off.
He sat in the backfield, got the handoff, identified the hole, and just shot.
I'm pleased with this offensive line.
And talk about the offensive line.
And something in those scrimmages, I know we want to open it up a little bit.
Well,
but
sure.
How about we wait till about, get to Lincoln County?
Let's wait for that.
Maybe Loretto.
I was about to say, wait for that week 2 game against the team down south.
Vegas is salivating to get their hands on the over-under for that game.
What y'all think?
120.
Bentley here at the handoff. And a good job there by the Mount Pleasant defense. Limits that to a 1-yard gain to bring up 2nd down and 9.
And that might not be too crazy,
it's
honestly.
It's going to be 62 to 58.
Yeah.
Just think of the last 2 years.
Y'all just think the defense ain't going to show up.
No,
in week 2 against these 2 offenses, no.
And they're so different stylistically.
I was going to say, Carter might throw for 500 yards, but Tay and Isaiah Bentley might combine for 450.
Yeah, like they did last year.
Exactly.
And we've seen it tonight. Ian Clayton might come out of nowhere and take over.
He was hurt so much last season.
Yeah, we didn't know enough.
Sprain.
Yeah.
I just remember playing Lawrence County in 2020 and 2021 when Alex Carr just ran all over us himself.
He
won the game.
Yes.
That is the final play there of the quarter, guys. And while we switch sides, we will take a short break and come back here at Sports Live from the Lawrence County Jamboree.
Southern Craft Manufacturing is dedicated to creating the finest quality and greatest value products in the death care industry. Southern Craft has perfected blending old world craftsmanship with modern manufacturing technologies to create a full line of steel, wood, and corrugated caskets. Family owned and operated for over 30 years, Southern Craft is now looking to hire local and regional truck drivers, welders, and production workers, each with great starting pay and a benefits package. For more information, visit southerncraftmfg.com.
Rent-Right Equipment has all the tools you need to get the job done. From bobcats to trenchers to augers to lifts, we have a large variety of equipment for every project, big or small. Need a new mower? We have you covered there too. With great brands Hustler and Big Dog, Rent-Right is ready to serve all your equipment needs. Call today and reserve your equipment from Rent-Right Equipment in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
AJ Good goes the distance for local sports on the X Sports Network.
Yeah, back here on the field, getting ready to start the second quarter here. Game tied at 7 here between Mount Pleasant and Lawrence County. Second down and 9 here for the Wildcats, trying to get in the Tiger territory. Looks like we got Elijah Young on the field now, along with Ian Clayton and Latavian Everly. And Trammell under center again here for the Wildcats. Motion from Young. And Trammell's going to step back and throw it. Pulls it down, then throws it. And
just missed it.
Good defense there on the back end by the Tigers. They were looking for Jacabry Stevenson and couldn't haul it in.
Now, Dusty, I get Lawrence County's foundation is running the ball. Do you think they're not going to throw it as much in this Jamboree, mainly because Trammell being a left-handed quarterback? Daniel, who's presumed to be the starter, is hurt right now, coming back being a righty. I mean, that kind of changes things.
Yeah, it does. And it is Jamboree, so we'll probably just see mainly.
Yeah.
We'll see mainly a running game.
Base running.
I would say you're going to see your trap, your power, your sweep, stuff like that. And then,
right now they've just been running power.
Yeah, there's no need to change it. I mean, it's worked.
By the way, making his way off the field is Bo Patterson, number 66. The fans were loving him, and his sub comes in and they boo him. Or it might have been Connor Shear, it looked like.
I say that's going to be.
That's a jump.
That's offside. Yeah, or jump.
He jumped.
The big guy Shear, 370, goes off the field, and
Yeah.
they boo him when he goes off the field. They wanted him on.
It reminds me of that the big guy that Florida has. I don't know what his number is, but he's there.
You talking about the dude that
nose
looks
tackle?
like a house?
Yeah. I mean, when he's in there, he's hard to stop, but I mean, he can only go like 2 or 3 plays in a row before.
House got moved a lot last year. What was their final record? 6 and 7?
I think they will. Yeah. With losses to Tennessee, Vanderbilt, and Kentucky. Florida.
Say that again. Vanderbilt,
Tennessee, and Kentucky.
Did you say Vanderbilt beat the SEC team?
Yeah.
They stormed the field.
Aren't they
in a single file line?
Oh, I forgot they're not NAI yet.
They're going to drop down the Sun Belt. The Sun Belt's going to kick them out. They're going to go with the MAC.
Division 2.
Join the prestigious schools of Kent State. And
The school that it is, that they ought to just join the Ivy League. And just be done.
Actually, there's good football in the Ivy League. They might struggle to win 5 games in the Ivy League.
I joke that Duke needs to be in there too, but Mike Elko, what he's done over there,
Duke
my goodness.
BYU could probably
Duke is good at everything.
Yeah,
really. Football's starting to catch up a bit, and that's a great stadium to be at, even though the media room for visiting media, you got to walk 3 football fields, literally 3 football fields to get there.
If Cameron Indoor isn't on everybody's bucket list to watch a basketball game there, I get the capacity is only like 3,500.
I haven't been there for a game, but I've stepped in it. I've been inside of Cameron.
Legendary. And I mean, the way the Duke's campus is, because it's so old, I mean, everything looks like a church.
Yeah, I've been to games in North Carolina. I've been past North Carolina State several times. Never been to a game there. North Carolina, I was there in a hurricane.
I think
that was awful.
I think
Virginia
Tennessee
Tech
plays,
won, but it was awful.
I think Tennessee plays at the Dean Dome in either 24 or 25 one. I might make that trip out
They
there.
might be in the same conference by that time.
Who knows?
Clayton
he got
falls on it.
I don't.
Punt team
It was
will
on
come
the
on the field
exchange.
here for the Wildcats.
And that's where being young comes into it.
Yeah, that's what Marson talked
He's a
about
junior.
also.
Oh, okay.
And Drake Osborne fell on that one wisely. So punt team will come on the field here for the Wildcats.
Tough break.
So Lawrence County will have Summertown to start it off. Then they go to Loretto, and I believe Lincoln County, followed by Giles County and Columbia. So, guys, a lot of rivalries to start things off here for the guys in purple and gold.
And not a bunch of road trips.
No.
No, their road schedule's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, because traveling can really hurt a team.
This one punted away here. Our producer extraordinaire,
Uh-oh.
Kevin Wright, was fixing
Not
up, something
again.
up.
Not
and
again.
There he goes. That's
Wow.
Darian Meza. Dangerous receiver, dangerous everything.
Dangerous
Another
everything.
special teams touchdown, and Mount Pleasant, guys, is taking a 13-7 lead.
Yeah, Mount Pleasant's offense doesn't need to touch the field. Just get it in their special
No,
teams,
just-
get a block, and go.
Let us kick off to them. They'll score.
I mean, that kid was special last year. I mean, he is something
He's got
else.
some jets.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he caught the edge and hit that next gear and was gone.
Wait, man.
10:57, it's a 13-7 lead.
He got down there in a hurry. Man,
That
I'm
was
telling you
quick.
what, that was quick as lightning.
Matthew Holden will kick this one away here for the Tigers and make it a touchdown lead. Snap is back, and the kick, and blocked.
Gonna be
The
blocked.
line. So
All
the Wildcats here will hold it to just 6 points as they trail here 13-7. They'll get back on the field here at some point. So, I mean, we talked about Mount Pleasant's speed, athleticism, and back-to-back special teams plays. It's almost kind of like, from the Water Boy when they just wanted the defense out there so Bobby Boucher could
Yeah, he could just
intercept it or
drop
cause a
kick or do
fumble.
whatever he
Yeah.
wanted.
It seems like Lawrence County, they can kind of punch Mount Pleasant in the face when it comes to the trenches, the blocked extra point, when they're running the ball, defensive line. But, man, you get these Mount Pleasant guys in some space, they're dangerous.
I mean, that's why they're probably going to be, them and Loretto, that's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
But you add Lewis County now. Lewis County, Mount Pleasant, Loretto. Those are three teams I don't want to face in a row, let alone you're going to face them all in the same
Lewis County, I believe,
region.
has a new head coach.
Lewis County does, but
Yeah.
it's same guys,
Yeah.
same players.
Yeah,
They come from that same lineage.
They know
and-
the culture and they know how to win.
And I went to one of their practices, and they
just as good as they've
it
always
felt
been.
like I was watching a Division II, NCAA Division II team.
I mean, listen,
out there.
Lewis
They were
County,
really good.
they know how to win. They know what it takes, and they're going to keep doing that until it doesn't work.
Yeah, they won 11 games last year, guys. Yeah, made it third round of the playoffs.
Yep.
I believe it was it Riverside that beat them?
Give me a check. I got to check that up.
Because I remember that's who Riverside.
Been Riverside.
Yep.
That's who they faced after they beat Mount Pleasant.
Yep, they beat Lewis County 33-26 in the quarterfinal.
Holding the kick this one away here for the Tigers. Man, I actually wanted to go to that game just to watch it. And it looks like Jacabri's going to pick this one up. Makes a good move. Breaks a tackle.
Here we go.
Cuts up the field. Still going. Going to fight his way down to the 38-yard line. A really good return there from Jacabri Stevenson. And
now we just need
kind of get a little burst right there.
we know the speed, but a little toughness there breaking some tackles.
Broke
as
a
well.
tackle, 2 tackles.
Got the fans in it too now. I mean, just build some momentum up for the offense.
Coming from playing, and y'all know this, we talked about our student section at scrimmage game with their hype. They're in the game. When you see special team touchdowns like that twice back-to-back, that student section, it just takes them out.
Well, think of some of the greatest upsets, not just in high school football history, college and the NFL. What's the biggest?
It's special teams.
It's special teams.
Yeah.
All of Nick Saban's big losses.
All special teams.
They
you just think of the last two field goals.
Yeah. But also just the biggest one in history, the Auburn kick.
Oh yeah, kick six.
App State, Michigan.
Kick six.
The Music City Miracle. I mean,
penalty flag. I think it's going to go on Lawrence County here.
False
Actually,
start.
they're clapping, so that's going to go against Mount. Against Mount Pleasant.
So that's been the Achilles heel for Mount Pleasant so far is the penalties. I believe. How many is that? 4 or 5?
At least 5.
It's at least 5.
Yeah, we're not keeping stats for this one.
Yeah.
I'm saving that for next week.
Yeah.
You know, when a knee one's game, Maxim 6. Press the
Speaking
kicking
of-
game. Here's where the breaks are made.
Yeah. Speaking of, Monday, guys, big volleyball, Lawrence County, Loretto. That's going to be fun to start things off. Handoff here to Everly. He's got the first down and more. He's in the Tiger territory. Knocked out of bounds here.
Hey,
Let's say he went out, I believe, here at the 42. Ooh, a little bit more after.
Oh, yeah.
15.
That's 15 more.
Yeah, and we're going to have to get everyone calmed down. It's just a Jamboree scrimmage. No
I
need
don't
for
know why
any of
tempers
that.
are flaring. It's a Jamboree.
Yeah.
I'm
No
going to
need
say
for
he's
that.
probably going to be standing by the coach here in just a second.
And he is. I think he's already
For
on his
the
way
rest of the what is it we got? A couple minutes.
Yeah.
Joe Wilson just said easy now. Don't talk about my boy Nick. We're saying good things.
Yeah, we're not
Joe.
saying anything.
We're saying good. We're just saying that the special teams have been their bugaboo in those Nick Saban losses. And the fact that we can count them. I mean, I think I've got enough toes to count Nick Saban losses at Bama, right?
Yeah,
Was
you
it
do.
19?
19.
Yeah.
So it's not that many.
I've got them all for now.
And
But
another one
the
that
Auburn kick, yo, I can tell you where I was at.
I can too.
I can too.
Now
And
we're
when it was over-
really giving Joe heartburn with that one.
And when it was over, I was in the floor.
I was too, but for other reasons.
Yeah.
A complete opposite reason.
First down and 10 from the 21.
They got to take advantage of this right here.
Knocking on the door of the red zone. Trammell. And it's a handoff to Jacabry. Cuts a field, makes a couple nice moves, and still going. So Jacabry,
Did you see him stick the foot in the
Yeah,
ground?
twice.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
I'm going to go left. No, I'm going to go right.
And
No, I'm
listen,
gonna go
I
back
understand why Marston put him at running back for a couple plays last year. I get, you got Tay, you got Bentley, you kind of your bigger guys. Give Jacabry the ball. Shifty, big, athletic guy.
Me and AJ called the basketball games and watching him on a basketball floor. I mean, he's
kid's an
so
athlete.
fast with his feet.
and here was the thing for basketball.
Joe just said after that kick six he needed to be at the altar.
Coach, I totally get you, Coach.
Yeah. But going back to Jacabry, at the start of last season for basketball season, Jacabry came off the bench. And then after, some injuries and lineup changes, and unfortunately when Cade had that accident, Jacabry stepped in and never looked back.
Touchdown?
No, he's short. But he got the first down, so he's inside the 5 to the 4. And they might be going, no.
I'd go hurry up. Right
I like when they do this.
Yes,
when they,
I do too.
Tennessee, I
it
like
kind
it.
of fits their scheme right here.
Well, yeah, I mean, Mount Pleasant's got to keep the same personnel and stuff. And
penalty
that's
flag coming
penalty.
up here.
I think it's going to come
Might
back.
be actually timeout. So Mount Pleasant's going to call a
Well,
short
they were still
timeout.
shuffling a player on. Yeah. You seen him coming in.
Yeah.
So
And they had some guys looking gassed as well.
Yeah, I'm about to say, they look worn out.
So Mount Pleasant calls a quick timeout. We'll take a short break here on the X Sports Network.
Whether you're looking to spruce up the interior or exterior of your home or business, trust Lawrenceburg Glass to provide a one-of-a-kind product. From windows to mirrors, shower doors, custom framing, storefront installations, and everything in between, Lawrenceburg Glass takes pride in our quality craftsmanship and strong attention to detail. With us, your customer experience always exceeds expectations. We're reliable, on time, and we deliver stunning results. Lawrenceburg Glass. Our passion is reflected in our work.
Being raised in Tennessee, we believe in the importance of family and community. Creating a positive experience at our family-owned and operated business is one of the ways we share that belief.
Being in an accident can be extremely stressful. When it came time for my repairs, Mashburn's made it easy.
I am lucky to have a wonderful company in my community like Mashburn's Collision Center. It's reassuring to know that I'm in good hands because their work is second to none.
We pride ourselves that the Mashburn name is one of the most trusted in Lawrence County since 1981.
All right, back here quickly after the Mount Pleasant timeout. And they're going to go to the end around Jacabry, and he's going to get in the end zone.
There we go.
So a good kick return, couple good plays, helped out by an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And now, guys, the Wildcats have a chance here to take the lead here with, trying to look at the clock, 9:16 left here in this quarter as Sarah Morrison, the freshman kicker, made her previous extra point attempt.
I'm going to have to go real quick at this. This brings back a movie from the 80s for me, AJ, seeing her kicking.
Unnecessary roughness?
Necessary roughness.
Ooh. Was it necessary or unnecessary?
It was necessary.
Necessary roughness.
Yep. Sinbad, Kathy Ireland.
Got it.
She boots it, guys.
Man.
Up and in.
got a leg. We got another penalty.
Lawrence County here leads this one 14-3. This has been fun.
Yes.
Two really good teams. You know, we're projecting to put them in the playoffs, and
they're going at it. This isn't just your normal scrimmage game. Right here.
You've had some blindside blocks. You've had some unnecessary roughness. I mean, these guys want to win.
We got a flag on the play.
Yeah, we have an unsportsmanlike conduct.
I think it's going to go Lawrence County.
Lawrence County, yeah, we saw. And they're going to take it on the kickoff. I think that's what the official is saying. Especially with as well as Mount Pleasant has done.
They better kick
returning kicks here. That's not a bad idea.
Squib it. I mean, don't even give it to their returner.
No.
Okay, listen. We got the student section back in the game.
They're back in it now.
Ready to go. I mean, these guys didn't skip a beat. Come out of our jamboree ready to.
There they are.
And it's a big crowd, you know.
Look at Kevin spot on.
Man,
it's like he listens to us. I don't know why.
I don't know how he gets it.
I don't know why he listens to us, but he does.
He does.
He tries his best.
He tries to forget a lot he hears from us, too, I'm afraid.
I always know when I said something stupid or funny when I see him just laughing, giggling over there.
He's shaking his head right now.
He's shaking his head right now.
He's trying to hold it in.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So getting ready to kick this one off again. And they are, they kick it off from the 40, so they're going to have to, that's 15, so back to the 25.
If you're Lawrence County, Dusty, right here, you got a one-point lead with only 9 minutes left in the, I'm assuming, the game. What do you think Lawrence County they want to do the rest of this time, or what would you do?
Run the ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, offensively, run the ball. But right here, no penalties.
Yeah.
Tackle a dude on special teams.
That would be a good start.
Or even kick it out of bounds.
Just give him 15 more. I mean, at that point, it's not a touchdown. And when Mount Pleasant's offense is on the field, they can't really get anything going because Lawrence County's front seven has kind of kept them held.
Kicking off right here.
That's it. Third time here for Presley. It looks like we are going to get that squib kick, guys. Presley doing a really good job as that one's going to get picked up at the 40. It's Cooper again. That is unreal.
Unbelievable.
But they're going to bring him down, at the 2-yard line.
He stepped out of bounds.
Are they going to
mark him at the 2? Mark him at the 2.
Well, they kind of tackled the guy right there. It's just they got all the way down there first.
What's the deal?
They're over pursuing this guy. I mean, he waits for everybody to start running at him and then goes. I mean, I've seen it the last two returns.
It's like he's kicking it into a different gear.
But that's the third time this game.
We're not talking.
Fool me once.
Okay.
Fool me twice. All right, it's not going to happen again. Fool me 3 times, and that's
your own
we got
fault.
an issue.
Lawrence County's going to call a timeout here to set their defense as we got first and goal from the 2 from Mount Pleasant. We'll take a short break with them here on the X Sports Network.
Are you looking for the perfect refrigerator? What about a new stove or washer or dryer? It only makes sense to shop at the one place that specializes in appliances, top to bottom, big or small. And that's Kelly Appliance in Lawrenceburg. Kelly Appliance is home to all major name brands, including LG. LG makes life good with a full selection of refrigerators, cooking appliances, dishwashers, microwaves, and more, including appliances made right here in Tennessee. Family owned and family operated. Stop by Kelly Appliance on Jerry Street in Lawrenceburg today.
McMaster's Home Gallery, where you'll always get a special price every day. Shop their new showroom full of name brand furniture, sofas, recliners, dining and bedroom suites, Serta bedding, lots of tables and chairs just to match your decor. McMaster's Home Gallery also has GE appliances. Stop by on Highway 43 in Loretto or call 853-6140.
This is the X Sports Network.
First and goal here for the Tigers, trying to retake the lead here from Lawrence County after another good special teams play, and we might be getting
we got another timeout.
I think this one's called by Mount Pleasant, so they burned their third here of the half. We'll just stay here for the time being.
No point not to. I mean,
what was that for?
They were saying Lawrence County's personnel, but
that could be a blind. I mean, that could just throw you off. I mean, you gonna run. You coming out with 2 plays anyways, right here.
It's only 2 yards,
it's 2 yards, anyways. I mean, you got a short field. I mean,
I'm just doing my best Gary Danielson impression right here.
What, make every fan base hate you?
Yeah, I was going to say you trying to be hated.
I could do it. I can make a lot of people mad, but I'm going to stay on everybody's good side for now.
Yeah. Boy, he can make them mad.
Man, everyone thinks he hates their team. Everybody does. Even they called that West Virginia-Tennessee game in Charlotte a couple years ago.
Awful.
Even West Virginia fans like, this guy's the worst. Why does he hate us so much? I'm like, every SEC team thinks he hates them.
Yeah. Oh, Gary.
Oh, Gary. That's right. That's what I say.
McClure will be beside Brown here, working out of the shotgun. Going to rotate the formation here to the right. Brown, ran into his own guy. He's going to make a guy miss and get in the end zone. What a play by Nick Brown. Incredible. Takes advantage of it. It's now a 19-14 Tiger lead.
You go for 2 right here, make it a 7-point game.
Yep.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to.
Yeah, I think. Well, it looks like the offense is.
Good kick return turns into a.
They're going to stay on the field.
Yeah, they're going to stay on the
field. That's 3 in a row they've scored off of right there, really.
Yep. I mean, bringing a guy down to the 2, that's a touchdown.
Well, I think I know what they're going to be working on Monday.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's good that this is happening.
Yes.
Because
right
hey, we're having some struggles when it comes to the special teams. Boom, gives you something to work on before week 1.
Find your weaknesses early.
Brown in the shotgun again as they go for 2. Rolls out to his right.
No way.
And
nothing going.
Through that one.
Looked like that was one of those plays that only had 1 or 2 reads, Dusty. And
Yep, man,
if 1 and 2 were covered, and there's nothing you can do after that.
He give up when the back pylon behind us was covered. That was it.
Yeah.
19-14 here. Still 9-11 left to play here in the second quarter, the second half, however you want to put it. So Lawrence County still got a chance here.
There's plenty of time. There's going to be 3 or 4 more scores in this game. I feel. I mean, it hasn't been slow yet.
I think we're gonna air one out right here.
I mean, if you get Jacoby or someone like that in single coverage.
Well, I mean, you got Drake Osborne.
Big guy.
Physical, he's big.
I went to middle school with him.
Let him cut the middle right here. I mean, he plays tight end. I mean, if they give it to you, cut it.
We played basketball together in middle school, and that kid's a unit.
Boy, hey, watching him on the basketball floor.
It's fun to watch him play basketball.
Because he plays basketball kind of like he plays football.
Hey,
There's
listen,
a lot of times.
he understands you have 5 fouls for a reason.
Yes,
okay?
He's getting his.
AJ knows who I'm talking about, but he goes to Tad Sibley. Man, he reminds me so much like him.
So Tad's got about 1.5 foot on him.
Yeah, but they
What's
play
Tad,
just
6'10"?
Yeah, like Tad. I think Tad's maybe 6'5", 6'6". I think.
Is this somebody?
UT
Southern, yeah.
Good player, shoots from the outside really well. UT Southern always feels like they're undersized against everyone, but their defense is top notch, and everyone could shoot a 3 on the team.
Yeah.
Another kickoff coming up here for the Tigers. High end over end kick, going to be short, and fielded there again.
It's going to be on the
a little smart play by Mount Pleasant right there.
Line.
Yeah, but Thomas Carr there, another fair catch. Actually, about the 30.
Yeah, I think he's right on the 30.
Yeah.
And, and this is coming from somebody. I know Hayden went to school here. You're from Loretta, and AJ's not from around here.
You were right to 26.
Seeing this,
I was just guessing.
I want to see. I wish they would take a dozer and cut this field back flat.
Yeah,
you
that's
can't
what
stand on one
No.
sideline and the other and see the shoes on the opposing team.
You can't. That's the one issue.
It just
with
rolls.
This field.
But most fields are set up like that, so they drain easier.
Well, I understand that, but y'all are flat.
Yeah, to some degree. It's not as drastic as
right.
As
I mean, this is like
a
mound.
Yeah.
Hand off to Clayton up the middle. He breaks one tackle and finds his way to around the 31. It's about a 4-yard pickup there for the Wildcats. Bring up 2nd down and 6.
I remember watching Loretto and Lawrence County last year here, and I wasn't here. I was in Knoxville, but watching it. And Clayton, one of the smaller guys on the field, but, man, he is physical.
He is physical, and he's fast.
Yeah.
And, and his is just more north and south.
Mm-hmm. Get the ball and go.
Yes, just get it and go.
Run, Forrest, run.
Yes.
Standing.
Tay's such a big kid back there.
Tay's going to play at the D1 level.
Oh,
I can see that happening. Speaking of, they're going to hand it off to Tay. He breaks a couple tackles, gets it to near the 35. It's going to bring up about a 3rd and 3 here.
I mean, he fell for 5 yards right there. I mean,
think if he was 3 inches taller.
Yeah. Like 6'5".
Well, he's plays 6 foot, 6'1", I guess.
Yeah, but say you get a 6'3", 6'4", 6'5" running back with 220, 230 pounds.
Yeah,
He was. I mean, Dusty and I, we saw him one-on-one at the award show. He's big.
He's not. He's not. I mean, he's not little.
Guy.
Yeah.
And man, he is great. Like I remember him as a freshman. I mean, he wasn't small as a freshman.
No, he wasn't.
Man,
but he's just shot up.
Yeah.
They got him on that bean and tater diet.
Hey, in the South, it works, man.
Travel under center. Hand off to Everly.
That's 3 yards easily.
And
I don't know.
Still going.
He's still going.
Yeah, they're going to give him the first down.
That's a first down.
Second effort there by Latavian. Good job there by the Tiger defense trying to hold him back.
Yeah, they're giving it to him.
Gave him just enough, so another third down conversion here for the Wildcats.
Like you said, good job by the Tigers there, because, I mean, it looked like if he would have got to that second level there, I think he was gone.
I've been impressed with Mount Pleasant.
Yeah,
they've held their own out here.
They really have.
Because, I mean, they're more of it's kind of like Tennessee. They're not going to punch you in the mouth. They're going to just try to run by you. They've held their own with a bigger school right here, Lawrence County.
Last year they went to Columbia, Columbia 5A.
And only lost by 12.
And they, I believe, had the ball at the end there with a chance to win it. So this isn't a group, and Reno Kid Hartsfield used to play here in Lawrence County, and, he's done a really good job with that program third year and has them poised for another good year.
I think they're going to have another really good year.
Trammell under center. Got Bentley behind him, and he gets the toss. Bentley shoves blocker out of the way.
That's a big hit.
Does take a big hit, so it's going to be a gain of
we got another little pushing match right there. Who is that? Number 71.
That's the transfer from California. I'm not sure his name yet. Once we get further in season.
3-yard gain there from Isaiah, so crosses about the 40.5-yard line.
Kind of surprised how little Bentley's got the ball this game. I only remember him with like 3 or 4 carries up to this point, if that. I mean, I know Taze, your bruiser, but.
Is he really 6'5", 290?
Who's that?
The kid from California, Matt.
Yeah, he's big.
Hagman?
Big kid. He's a big kid.
Well, the guys he's standing next to aren't very little either. I mean, Birdie Shaw.
Oh, no, Jacob Birdie Shaw.
That's a big man.
Yes, it is. There goes Ian.
And around the Clayton, and good job by the Mount Pleasant defense. And we do have a penalty flag on the play.
That's 2 guys going at it right there.
Man.
I like to see that in a Jamboree.
It's about a 2-yard loss there, guys.
It was a loss.
Who was that flag? Holden. That's going to be on.
Yeah. Call that against Lawrence County.
Yeah, of course it is.
You don't see Holden calls on lost yardage run plays. I mean, usually it's those big gainers that come back because you can't get to the edge that easy. But
yeah, I know you got to call him. It's the right thing to do, and it's just funny. It's like, well, he held him and it didn't work.
Yeah.
It's why you got to throw the flag. Come
AJ,
on, man.
you got your
outfit.
Why don't you go out
why don't
there
you put your
real
shirt
quick?
on?
Yeah. Kevin gave me a shirt. I'm saving that if we get a certain official in basketball.
I can't wait.
I'll be more than happy to call the game by myself long enough for you to get on the floor.
I'll come home.
I'll miss our basketball practice and away game just to say that one.
I'm going to try to be nicer this year. I said the same thing last year. That didn't last long.
Well, we actually do try to be nice. It's just they just won't let us.
Yeah.
Motion here. Hand off to Everly up the middle.
Push.
He just took 3 front. They got 3 of Mount Pleasant's
Just
front
to stop
7 and just took him an extra 1.5 yards, 2 yards.
But I'm going to go back to Mount Pleasant right here with their defense, their front. Lawrence County's not getting that push that they were at the start of the first quarter.
Yeah, they're not getting to that second level. Like Bentley, I haven't seen him much, but he hasn't gotten to that second level yet. He's had that one good play, but other than that, not really.
Usually when you run the ball prolonged like Lawrence County has, it opens stuff up. Mount Pleasant's done a really good job not letting the Lawrence Counties continue running the ball.
That defense start getting on their heels.
Mm-hmm.
And they get gassed, and they start over-pursuing and over, stuff like that, and it hasn't happened. I mean, this is a well-disciplined team.
Lawrence County is going to call I believe, their third and final timeout. We'll keep it here. There's 4 minutes left here in this quarter. Them trailing by 5. It's a 3rd and 14. So they could, theoretically here, pick up enough yards to think about going with 4th down. Defense has been good. Special teams.
Yeah, I would say the defense has been good. The special teams has been less than stellar.
But it's like we've mentioned. Let's get those bad plays out of the way now.
Yeah, you got to get rid
of
those.
Know what you got to work on.
I mean, you're at 3rd and 14. In my opinion, you got to get this first down here, even if it's 4th and whatever it's going to be. But You can't let them. You can't kick the ball off again because they burned you 3 times already, and they've scored off every single one.
Okay, so do we throw it here?
I think you run here and try to put yourself in a better position to hit a pass play.
I don't know what you do.
Run, try
so
to
you're
get
going to
6
say run on the 3rd down and then throw on the 4th down?
Yeah. Well, I don't think there's you run, try to get 6, 7, 8 yards, 4th and 6. It keeps you from running a post and run a slant or a dig or something like that.
I get it, but I think Mount Pleasant's going to be sitting on the run.
Yeah. You can't put yourself in a position where you got to kick the ball off to them again or let them touch it again. You got to waste as much clock as possible to get the final.
Because you throw here, incomplete pass, 4th and 14, you have to punt.
Yeah. Well,
let's go in the shotgun. Going to roll out a bit to his left. He's going to put it in the air. And out of the reach of the intended receiver in Jacabry Stevenson, so I will bring up a 4th down and 14.
Yeah, you got to go.
Just saying, Dusty.
Good crowds here. Mount Pleasant.
Yeah, Mount Pleasant's brought a pretty good amount of fans too.
So not too far of a drive. Was it about maybe 30-minute drive? Something like that.
Less than that.
Yeah.
I make it on a weekly basis.
I make it daily.
Well, if you hit some red lights, it probably adds a couple minutes.
Dusty gets up when the rooster crows, and
I drive 52 miles one way to work.
Ooh. That's dedicated. I mean, I drive 256 miles to school. Not every day.
They are punting.
Yeah, Bird will punt this one away.
That's a pretty good punt. That was a really good punt.
Man, Bird stepped it up this year.
Oh,
that one
does take a 29.
Different roll, but it's going to go to about the 30-yard line.
Hey, at least you didn't let him run it back. So
3:42. That's what the Mount Pleasant here. If they can pick up a couple first downs, I don't know how. We can't really tell how many timeouts either side has.
We haven't seen Mount Pleasant.
Did they give them 3 or 4?
3.
3.
I think Mount Pleasant.
I think
2.
Yeah, Mount Pleasant, I believe, is out.
Yeah.
I think Lawrence County maybe have 1.
I haven't seen Mount Pleasant run the ball as dominantly, just kind of.
Well, they really
between
haven't had to. They've scored their points on special teams.
They might have more points than they do yards.
I'm sure they do.
I'm not.
You can't be far off.
McBrown back in the shotgun here. Hands off to McClure up the middle.
Man, good tackle.
Good run. I mean,
Very
physical.
good tackle
The
there.
big tackle right there because
Cade Brown coming up with the tackle.
he gets by Brown right there. He's second level first down and looking at a different game right here.
Second down coming. Looks about second down at 8 here for the Tigers.
And Lawrence County's line got such a good push right there. Their defensive
did.
line. That looks like a 4 or 5 yard gain, and it was only 2.
Right. Bless you.
Thought I was going to save it.
Scared me.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Good old Tennessee weather.
Gotta love
It's
it.
going to be
Feels
20
good.
degrees in
Feels
2
like-
weeks.
Feels like fall out here, doesn't
I love
guys?
it.
I love
It was
this.
35 right now. I'd be tickled.
I don't know about that.
I hate hot weather.
Brown back in the shotgun again here for the Tigers. Fakes a handoff, rolls out to his right. He's got an open receiver. He juggles
Good
it.
tackle.
and
Good
Drake
tackle. Drake Osborne. Wow.
Yep. Good job.
Archibald makes the catch. Actually, excuse me, that's Jaden McClure. I got my 1s and 7s mixed up again, but that's going to be a bit of a loss on the play, guys.
I believe it is.
Yeah.
Or at least
line of scrimmage or loss of 1.
Yeah, we see that play a lot in college, that quick handoff, dump it off there, and Drake was there in a heartbeat to make the play.
That's a good play.
He knew he was heads up on it and anticipated it.
220
Well,
now.
I mean, reading a play action like that is a safety's job, and Drake executed that play defensively really well.
220 and rolling here, actually about the 205 mark now. Brown, straight drop back again. Here comes some pressure, and he's going to take off.
Ooh, that's going to be close.
Very close.
Very close.
They're going to mark him.
They're going to
mark him right there.
They're going to put it down after
Yeah,
that.
they gave it to
First
him.
down.
Yep.
Now, Brown stepped out of bounds right there, so it's going to stop the clock.
Yes.
So that benefits Lawrence County a little bit, but first down with a hair under 2 minutes.
That had a touchdown. Big play there by Nick Brown. He's I'm
not going to say he's been the MVP for Mount Pleasant because that's just their entire special teams, but he's kept him in it.
It's been Meza and Cooper been the MVPs for them.
They ought to just give him the ball and hand off every play.
Minute 40 left here. Clock is rolling.
Why is the clock rolling?
He stepped out of bounds.
Yeah.
I mean,
Brown gets a snap, hands off to McClure, and
There you go.
Tavian Everly brings him down from behind. Drake Osborne was there as well.
He's been
What a
a man.
job.
Actually, Aiden Safali, that's who that was.
Shot that gap right there. I don't know why they don't try to find a design run for the quarterback. When we saw when he scrambled right there on third down,
They do have some.
I get Jamboree. You don't want to pull out all your stops right here in a game that doesn't affect your record or even less your region.
And you want to kind of take some of the hits away from your quarterback the most as you can, save those up for the regular season. It's going to be fun watching them. Them against Lewis County, them against Loretto.
That's going to be a game.
Well, I mean, Loretto's new region. I mean, it's extremely tough. They've added Waverly, who's always good, and that's an away game.
Lawrence County's playing them as well.
Good
tackle.
Man. That's number 6 again. That's
Brown again.
yeah. 2 good tackles.
He was in the backfield with him.
And 20 seconds left, and guys, that might be it.
Yep.
And and the guys are shaking hands.
Yep.
Very good, fun contest here between these two. Mount Pleasant looks like they're going to pull this one out 19-14. I wonder what a full game would have been like between these two.
Man.
Especially tonight.
Yes.
We would have had a good time here.
Hey,
between
I'm down
these
for
two.
2 more quarters.
Yeah, let's throw them out there.
So that will do it, guys. There is Mount Pleasant beats Lawrence County here 19-14 in 2 quarters of play here at the Jamboree. Tomorrow night, guys, we got Summertown taking on Hutland and someone randomly popping up in front of the camera like they didn't know it existed there. And then we have Loretto and Richland for the second time.
Yep.
That will be fun. 2 really good offenses, 2 very well-coached teams, 2 playoff teams we're going to see. So looking forward to that. So final thoughts here on this Jamboree, 2 quarters here between Lawrence
It's been a great night for high school football to kind of start the season. Something a little different for us, a little different scenery. Been great. Been a great night here.
Hey, I'm completely okay with being outside.
Hey, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I was about to say I like the idea that you brought up, AJ, about us doing it outside here, make kind of a college game day type of feel. But hey, Lawrence County didn't come out with the win tonight, but still a bunch of exciting football that we got to see today, and some new faces and some familiar faces. So
something to look forward to.
Exactly. And the big thing for Lawrence County tonight, they showed what they're good at. They can run the ball. They're a physical team, but it also showed a little bit of weaknesses. Hey, we got to work on special teams. We got to work on tackling in space, stuff like that. So
Mount Pleasant's probably doing the same thing as well. I mean, that team's pretty good.
They're good.
Looking forward to the season with everybody. So for Dusty Kaiser, Michael Marks, Hayden Burks, this is AJ Good, and also joined by producer extraordinaire Kevin Wright. We'll see you guys tomorrow night from the what do we call it?
We'll just call it the Loretto Jamboree.
Yeah, I was going to call it the outside barn, but that makes no sense. So
we'll call it the cow pasture.
That's coming up. That's coming up next. We'll see you guys once again tomorrow night.
This is the X Sports Network.